Fam, what's going on? Kyle Henderson, Bama Football on YouTube. Run the thumbs up on all these videos. I appreciate you guys being here. Thank you so much for joining me today on Tuesday, February 20th. What a great interview by Ryan Fowler of 100.9 with Coach Kalen DeBoer. We're going to talk about what we learned from that particular interview. I appreciate you guys joining me. We got T in house. T, say what's up.
Hello, Undefeated.
T, what's the schedule for tonight?
Tonight we have you leading off, and then we have Jarek and Merrill, Coach Sean, and then Coach Smook is going to close it out.
All right. Well, appreciate you guys joining us, and thank you so much for being with us right here on Bama Football on YouTube. Patriot Life, I see you. Thank you so much for being here. Got the widescreen set up today. Hopefully it looks nice on you guys' 85-inch TV. I think someone said they have 85-inch or something like that. Get a notification that it's live. Log into this. What's up, man? Chad, I see you, man. We appreciate you guys. We start the show probably like a few minutes before to get everybody checked in. Otherwise, if we start the show immediately, then nobody sees like when we actually have gone live. It's a thing that, people on YouTube do. So I appreciate you guys being here on Bama Football on YouTube. Usually we go about like 2 minutes with the warm-up screen and then we come on. So we appreciate you guys. Caitlin, what's up? I see you inside the comment box. Javion, what's going on? Chad Campbell, what's going on? Vonna Carter. Thank you very much for being here. Jared, we see you as well inside the comment box. And thank you so much for joining us. The interview that Coach Kalen DeBoer just recently with Ryan Fowler was fantastic. So if you're out there and you can go check it down on Tide 100.9, go do it. It was really great. I think the way that Coach Kalen, he did 2 interviews today. He did an early morning interview with Colt Kublick and Greg McElroy, and that was earlier on Jocks. And then he did Tide 100.9 to a very tenured, reporter here in Tuscaloosa, Alabama. And I thought, like, my takeaways were this. Number one, he talked about the 3 prospects that he signed, and Ryan Williams, Noah Carter, and Quentin Reese, the guys from the class of 2024 class. And the one thing that really jumped out in that interview is he said that Ryan Williams is one of the most dynamic players that he's seen on the offensive side of the ball, which I thought was very complimentary. But he also went on to talk about his personality as a player and as a player and a person, and said that he's able to grasp concepts schematically instantly. And that's something that stood out to Coach Kalen DeBoer when talking about his 5-star plus prospect in Ryan Williams, who is a gigantic slam dunk addition for this Alabama Crimson Tide football team. Also said kind of similar things about Noah Carter, but on the defensive side, and said that once he grows into his body, he can play down on the line, or he can, come from different points of the field in the 4-2-5 and be a very dominant defender for Alabama. And then he hit on Quentin Reese, talked about him as well. So really good interview. So those are kind of the 3 jumping points in terms of the prospects from 2024. He was also asked about the offense and said that he refers to his offense as a pro-style offense that will have multiple looks and that can adapt to whoever's at center. Whoever's at center being whoever's at quarterback, or whoever's behind center being whoever's at quarterback. Actually, here's a quote from the interview right here. And it says, we'll just adjust to whoever's the quarterback is. Certainly someone who can deliver the football. What I hope is we can be a team that can deliver the ball to our skill positions. You look at different skill sets we have. Everyone looks at Jalen Milroe. He can run the football, and that is an added weapon. And that's an interview from Ryan Fowler of Tide 100.9. I think when you look to where we go. Here we go. I think when you look to the fact that this offense can be predicated around Jalen Milroe, whoever is the quarterback, I think it's going to be Jalen Milroe. But I think it's going to allow for a lot of the weapons to certainly shine. And I'm excited to see it, honestly. Move my cam to a little to the left, like this way. How's that? I'm getting some instructions from T. So in terms of the offense, I was just excited about it. He said that they're going to utilize a lot of the tight ends. As you know, a tight end committed to Alabama from the transfer portal, and Josh Cuevas. That was last night while you were probably going to bed. And then also Keon Saab jumped on board as well. Coach Smook will talk about this later on tonight, but are we on a Will Johnson watch? Well, number one, Will Johnson hasn't even entered the transfer portal. He is a cornerback from Michigan. I don't know, sometimes where there's smoke, there's fire. And Michigan players, to my knowledge, have up until February 23rd to enter the transfer portal. So, if he's going to enter the transfer portal, it would be within these next couple of days. The other thing is we did some digging, and from an administrative standpoint, prospects can jump into be enrolled at school because of the transfer portal window being that their coach left, right?
Yes, that seems to be the case. So if you're a transfer portal student and your coach has just left, you are able to enroll in another university immediately. Whereas for other students, the ad drop date has passed by like a month, I think.
Yeah. So that's kind of the detail in terms of Keon Saab already been enrolled. And I know that's later on in the points, but just wanted to kind of point that out because, it's interesting because people are like, well, the ad date drop has already passed. But
right.
If you're a player of this coming in, you can get a special exemption to be able to be part of the Alabama football team. By the way, Alabama just posted some video of their fourth quarter workouts as they continue. Something that went viral yesterday and it shouldn't have, and I talked about this on my morning show, is when they were literally doing power jumps. People dubbed it Georgia fans and Auburn fans that they were doing ballet. No. It was like a power workout. And those are people that have never played football before. Every single college football program does it. I can't even believe that there's videos uploaded about it, talking about why this has to happen. Not to those content creators that created it, but it's just my goodness, those are people who just never played football before. So we will keep you posted on Will Johnson, but maybe, keep watch. Coach Smook has you covered on that, and we'll dive into it at the backup as Coach Smook does cleanup right here on Bama Football on YouTube. I appreciate you guys being here and running with the content and being here. T, do we have a graphic, a headline? All right, if you could just add that to the bottom, I'd appreciate that. And coming up at 6, you have Coach Jarek and Coach Merrill, and then you have Coach Sean at 7, and then you have Smook at 8 p.m. right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And then as news happens, we got you covered. So if news happens, boom, Bama Football on YouTube. And last night and yesterday was a sea of news regarding Alabama coaches that were hired. One coach left, 3 coaches came in, and you can watch all those videos that we uploaded naturally right here on Bama Football on YouTube. If you want to become a fan funder of our YouTube channel, go up to the top, hit the hyperlink that says $2.99. It's a hyperlink, and it'll lead you to become a Bama Football fan funder. I think so. So T, if we add that, it will overdo. Okay. All right. So let's do this. Let's go over this graphic right here, and then you can switch up the back on the back side. Nick Sheridan, this was a quote from the official write-up from the University of Alabama Athletics about the new Alabama offensive coordinator, Nick Sheridan. And I also have one for Jamarcus Shepard that I'll point in. 1 second. Yeah, so it's a tremendous opportunity to join Coach DeBoer at Alabama, Sheridan said. I look forward to working with the offensive staff to develop a plan each week to put our team in a position to be successful. There's an unmatched legacy at Alabama, and I understand the importance of upholding that standard while developing our players. Now, Nick Sheridan comes from Washington, where he was the tight ends coach, and we're going to do a screen swap here in a second. So just give us 1 second. All right, let's see. 3, 2, magic, presto, bam. There we are. See? Yeah. What's up, T?
Hello.
That was like magic.
Yeah, that was.
I told you.
Yeah,
all right.
That's good.
We had Lady T in the house up until 6 p.m. So we appreciate you guys. And I think that the contracts will actually be coming soon. So look for the actual contracts and detailed to be coming soon. And now I have to move my camera. Just
back, yeah.
All right. You know, I need the iPhone camera goes with you.
Yeah.
Because I even think it's a little bit too high.
Mine is too.
All right. Let's see. Okay.
Yeah,
no, I think you need to move yours.
My poster's too low now.
But now you need to move your camera to the side. There you go.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Right.
Yes. All right.
Getting it done.
Okay, so we have another quote that was out there today, and that was from the official write-up from the University of Alabama, and this is from Jamarcus Shepard. We go full screen right here. TD, you want to read that out?
I have a passion for coaching and developing our football players both on and off the field, Shepard said. The to help Coach DeBoer continue the standard of Alabama is something I take a lot of pride in working to accomplish. This is a special place, and I'm excited about the opportunities that are in front of us.
Yeah, so that's Jamarcus Shepard, and he will be the assistant head coach and the co-offensive coordinator and the wide receivers coach.
That's a lot of titles.
That's a hell of a title for
right?
Jamarcus Shepard. My goodness. So good to see it to someone who is certainly deserving. Now that camera is like too low.
And thank you, Patriot Life, for another 10 memberships.
Yeah, we appreciate you, Patriot Life. You are definitely, helping everybody become a fan funder right here on Bama Football on YouTube. We sincerely apprate you guys.
Yeah, he's got to be responsible for like half of our fan funders at this point.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, Patriot Life is like he's really been a fan sponsor.
Yeah, he's a sponsor at this point.
Yeah,
we're gonna call him an honorary sponsor.
Yeah, 100%. All right. So those are their official, posted stories from the University of Alabama. And as we talked about earlier, with Keon Saab already being enrolled, I think it bolsters the overall secondary, and excited to see it, honestly. Really excited to see this secondary take shape. And I think when you look to Alabama football overall, what's not to be excited about? I mean, on the interview today, Coach Kalen DeBoer talked about he doesn't think of them of challenges. He thinks of them as opportunities. I like that optimistic approach because, we can talk about all these challenges. There's challenges in front of everybody, specifically him. Dean, what's up? Yeah, this is we got the lady T-Cam. So, we have her in house. So, and I guess we have to lift your banner now.
You know what? I think it's just too small.
Yeah.
Because.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now the camera, I think I can move it up a little bit.
Or you could move your computer. Well,
yeah, we'll work on it after the live.
Okay. Anyways, we're getting it right. We're always, getting better every single day the way we go. So we appreciate you guys being here and running the thumbs up with us right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And as you see at the top of this banner, when we go full screen and you can see the yellow, new hires, I'm all the way up top, is Chris Kapilovic.
Yes, that is correct.
And Brian Ellis. Those are the two coaches that were hired yesterday. And then the back end, you had Christian Robinson, who is also hired as well. And you had William Inge go out to Tennessee. So it was interesting yesterday that you had a coach leave. And then within 20 minutes, you had coaches that were replacing him, two coming from Baylor. Now, the interesting thing about Christian Robinson is he has a lot of SEC ties. Will Rogers watch. Is it Will Rogers? Let's see.
Not sure.
I think it's Will Johnson. That might have been my mistake.
Okay, yeah.
All right, yeah. We can update that real quick. And thank you for pointing that out. It's and that was my fault, T. It should be Will Johnson from Michigan, and he is the cornerback. And thank you for pointing that out. We appreciate it. We do all the editing in-house, so sometimes, rushing through things or whatever, it happens. So thank you, IMAX 3D. Good vision.
Johnson.
Yeah, Will Johnson. Yeah, and we will update that. And Smook will have some insight later on when he bats cleanup on terms of Will Johnson. So Will Rogers is obviously the quarterback who is staying out at Washington. So
I was like, that name sounds so familiar.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's Will Johnson.
Yes.
So thank you very much. We appreciate the correction, and we will update that here in just like 2 seconds. T can get it knocked out really fast. And then you have the transfers in, Keon Saab from Michigan, and you have Josh Cuevas, and it should be updated now. Will Johnson. There you go. That was fast, T. Nice job. That was on me. My bad. And I think that do we have another one too? Yeah. Oh, Shepard and
no. Sorry, I made this in like 30 seconds.
And then when you look to the transfers that have been in to Alabama, I think they really won on the transfer portal. And I posted a video early about this. You look at Austin Mack coming in. You have Damani Jackson who came in. You have Josh Cuevas. He's a new Washington tight end. From my understanding, came from Cal Poly, then to Washington. He's caught for almost 1,000 yards and has, almost 10 touchdowns. But you have the tight ends over here at Alabama that should already be, really dynamic. And it was interesting today. Somebody pointed out that Caleb Odom on his Twitter, he's listed as a tight. Actually, doesn't say anything, but his Instagram account says he's a wide receiver.
Yeah, that's weird, right?
But see, that's very exciting to me because Caleb Odom is a wide receiver and a tight end into one. He's this new type of breed of like a flex tight end wide receiver that Alabama has been missing for a long time. Honestly, I kind of look to, some of the past tight ends at Alabama, and no disrespect to any of the guys that have come through here, Cam Latu or like a Miller Forrestall, even like a Irv Smith. These guys just weren't what I think Caleb Odom can be. And I've been really excited to get a tight end like that in here to Alabama. And I think, honestly, and I kind of had envisioned Amari Niblack to be that guy. It didn't turn out to be, and maybe he'll be that guy at Texas. But I think Caleb Odom, depending on his development, can be that guy. So really excited about him as a wide receiver type tight end, whatever you want to call it. Really excited to see it. T.
So just whenever you're done with that point, I have some Undeaf fan merch update.
No way.
Yeah, some of we got Patriot Life sent us in a picture I want to show.
Okay, cool. That's what's up. Yeah, we got Merrill on deck too. We see. Hey,
it looks great.
Hey, look at Patriot Life rolling through, man, with the undefeated. Yay. Yeah, appreciate it. And he got 10.
Yeah.
So like Patriot Life is like gone all in. And we appreciate you so much.
Yeah,
man.
This looks great.
Yeah, thank you so much. And Michael inside the comment box. Hey Taylor, roll tide and appreciate what you do. Kyle does for Alabama football. Absolutely 100%. We really appreciate you guys. And man, Patriot Life look good, man. That's a smile of optimism, excitement, and you look undefeated to me, man. So we appreciate you guys definitely supporting the product right here on Bama Football on YouTube. And if you're interested to buy any of the merch that we have, definitely go to the bottom of the video. You can see different types of merch inside. So
and I'll drop a link to the merch store.
100%. Yeah, absolutely. All right, so we got Merrill coming up in about 3 minutes, and kind of in closing, I think when you keep watch, because I think Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, like news is going to continue to come in here in terms of contracts, different items that we have coming your way right here on Bama Football on YouTube. It's that time, and if you follow, I'm sure you do already, but the Alabama football Twitter account and their Instagram account, they just posted kind of a small snippet of Alabama football at practice, the fourth quarter, which you should definitely watch. It's only like 20 seconds, but it feels like kind of get your mind right, like for the season, and gives you kind of a snapshot to the intensity that's in the room. And I think, like I mentioned yesterday, and I have a video that I posted, a short on Kobe Prentice talking about pissed off for greatness. And I think he is. So really excited about, Kobe Prentice coming in, and all these guys, kind of that mindset and that mantra. And listening to Coach Kalen DeBoer on that interview with Ryan Fowler was really good. He's great at interviews. I'm not like shocked to see that, but he's not boring, right? Like he says, I think he's genuine. I think he's definitely not monotone. And I think the biggest takeaway too is he understands where he is in terms of, what he's accomplished, maybe like a tiny bit here, if anything. And real accomplishments come on the field. So it's great to have recruiting, this or that, but you got to be able to do it on the field. And we're a long way from that. And I think he understands that. So what's up, Bronzy man? See you inside the comment box for sure. And keep you posted on news that drops right here on Bama Football on YouTube. So, and Caleb Odom just retweeted Jamarcus Shepard, let's work. So I think that might be, Caleb Odom was a wide receiver. Okay. So, yeah, we do. Oh, yeah, bucket hat for golf. I can see that for sure. Yeah.
I thought we did a bucket hat for one of them. Did we not?
Yeah, I think there's a bucket hat. If you click on the actual store, it opens up like a wide window of like all sorts of merch that you can get.
Yeah, it's just it might not be pinned, but if you go to the store, I'll drop the link one more time. But
yeah,
I think we did one for Undeaf.
Yeah, but I love it. I really like that point number 5 with Caleb Odom listed as a wide receiver. Man, Kyle, say that first name again.
Which one?
I don't know. I think one of the names. Who knows? Odom, Caleb, Kyle. There's a lot of names. We appreciate you guys. We're gonna bring in Merrill. Merrill, you ready to come in? All right. Let me make sure audio is good on our side. Should be checked. All right. We'll go 3 box. Let's add Merrill in here too. Merrill, what's up, man? Appreciate you being in here, man. Welcome on in the show.
Hey, man. Thank you very much. Kyle, Taylor, how y'all doing tonight?
Crushing it, man.
Great.
Yeah. What's up, Janet? We see you inside the comment box as well. Kim, always a great host. And can we go? Is there a 4 box? Right. We might be able to go 4 box. Good. Jarek, are you ready to go too? Hit the thumbs up, Jarek, if you're ready. All right. Jarek's ready
Yeah, it should
too.
just put us all on the left, right?
Well, we might have to go here.
Yeah.
All right. There we go. Jarek, this is kind of the Brady Bunch style, right? Yeah. Taylor, go down to the bottom. The youngest one in pearls.
Yeah.
All right. So, fam, we got Jarek and you got Merrill coming up now at 6. There's a lot of topics to go over. Clearly, Kalen DeBoer, the interview with Tide 100.9, which was really great, said a lot of really good detail. Will Johnson watch. He is the cornerback from Michigan. Hasn't even entered the transfer portal. We've been talking about it a little bit. Nick Sheridan and Jamarcus Shepard have been officially announced as co-wide receiver, co-offensive coordinator, wide receivers coach. Nick Sheridan is going to be the offensive coordinator. Really excited about that. Keon Sapp already enrolled, which is exciting. You look to the transfer portal wins, and then looks like Caleb Odom is a wide receiver. I mean, he has wide receiver on his Instagram and just retweeted Jamarcus Shepard. Let's work. So lots to go over. And as news breaks, like see the top banner, all that stuff happened yesterday. That was yesterday. So a lot of moving parts, but we will turn the keys over to Coach Merrill, Coach Jarek. You guys take it easy, and we will be behind the scenes if you guys need anything. Have a fantastic day, and thanks for rolling with us tonight. We'll be back as news happens. Boom, back right here on Bama Football on YouTube. But you guys do your thing, and we will catch up with you soon right here on Bama Football on YouTube.
All right.
Yo, I love it. I love it, man. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks, Taylor. Like, they're phenomenal, right? Like, way to get the night rolling. How you doing, Coach Jay?
No, not too much, man. I just came off from taking a nap, man. So like I said, I'm a little soggy, man. My voice is a little raspy, but like I said, I'm excited to always kind of be here. I already see the usual suspects: Chris New Jersey, Vanna Carter, Daniel Green, Jarvis, Kimberly. I'm seeing the usual suspects here in the chat, man. So what's going on with you guys, man?
Yeah, man, I love it. I love it. Tink's in here, man. We get everybody in here tonight. It's gonna be awesome. I think that, man, Patriot Life's been out there, like showed up some sweet gear, undefeated. Man, he looked good too. It was sweet. I liked it, man. That looked good, dude. But man, a lot of news today. I don't know. You've been catching up with everything. I mean, it's been like 24 hours just going with all sorts of different stuff popping out. I mean, did you get to see that, KD interview at all, or get to read about it?
No, I didn't see that one. I did see so I heard about some of the news that was going on, obviously with recruiting at Keon Sapp, and then the other backup tight end for Washington. They're coming. Keon Sapp's already enrolled. And then I think I also saw, this is more kind of newish, but kind of like Jamarcus Shepard hyping up the team in the off-season workouts. And I'm like, well, yeah, this is Jamarcus Shepard. He's a player's coach, and that's why I did not want that dude gone. I don't mind Ryan Grubb being gone. I don't want Jamarcus Shepard being gone. That dude's a player's coach. That dude tells it how it is, and he is going to be the most respect. He is going to be the voice of that coaching staff. So, yeah, that was cool to see for the most part.
It was cool. And Ruben, what's up, man? Ronald, Megan, Chris, we got Dean, Jay, Marquita, man, Greg, what's up? Wendy, Patriot Life again. Hey, so, but yeah, man, that's been an interesting thing, right? With seeing these guys now. It's funny because now we're really seeing them get into a position where they're being like vocal. So like Nick Sheridan came out with like kind of like a released statement a little bit that we read. AJ, what's going on, brother? John, what's up? And Nick's was like, I like Nick Sheridan's a lot because it was very much like, hey man, I understand like the pressure of this position. Jared, what's going on, brother? And I'll tell you, man, like that's huge because he's not taking this for granted. And I think that's one of the things that a lot of guys had to understand. And I knew that would be the case, but until we hear these guys start to talk, right? And Kimberly, how are you doing? How you doing, Kimberly? And Crimson Blood, I'll put that up there right now. Courtney Morgan equals Crown Jewel 2. I will not forget Courtney Morgan. None of us will, because Courtney Morgan is the mastermind behind the scenes. He is pulling a lot of strings and making things happen. I've talked a lot about Courtney Morgan and what he does, and we appreciate that super chat. $2. I know there's a lot of people kind of in here tonight. Make sure you run those thumbs up, subscribe, become a fan funder. There's a lot of exclusive videos coming out. We did a couple just recently that were really good. Ty Hayes wrote an awesome article. Coach Sean's done some. I know Smook's going to release some. Coach Jay, are you going to do any exclusive here soon?
Yeah, soon. I'm gonna do some videos. I want to see. I'm very, I want to. It's kind of the more experimental side of things, but it's kind of it's probably gonna be more of a fan reaction type thing. I might just combine the fan reaction videos and see if I can just put on the exclusive. But overall wise, I'm definitely planning on doing some of that. I can't wait for it. So yeah, definitely for those guys, become a fan member because like I said, it's gonna be a lot more exclusive content. I'm pretty sure Morel's gonna be doing some stuff. So be on the lookout because things are heating up. Things are heating up for sure.
Yeah, man, I love it. And like I said, you fan funder, you get to see those videos. They're awesome. There's a lot of cool stuff. You guys will really enjoy them. For those who have seen them, I hope you've liked them so far. And we're just keep rolling. We keep rolling. Ronald, what's going on, brother? Cody, what's up, man? There's a lot of people jumping in now. We love it. Caleb, how you doing? Yes, we are on for an hour. We are on for an hour. I think the schedule is after us is it Coach Sean? I think it's Coach Sean.
Yeah, I think it's Coach Sean and then Coach Smook after that.
Yeah. Coach Sean's going to have some good stuff for you guys tonight. And I know, as we all know, Smook's going to have some good stuff. He's been lighting it up lately, man. His stuff he's been putting out's been fire. You guys don't follow us on Twitter, make sure you do because we all kind of bounce stuff out there. And we're putting out a lot of information lately. So make sure you find us and follow us on Twitter too. So, but yeah, going back to what we were saying. And Jay Jackson, what up, dog? How you doing, man? Another super chat coming in. Have a hunch we're going to surprise a lot of folks in 24. Natty, eyes wide open. And that's a hell yes, Jay. That's a hell yes. I mean, I'm gonna tell you what, like that's what we're trying to get at, right? Is everybody's starting to feel this momentum, and now that they've gotten everything in place, and you can tell he's gotten everything in place because we are seeing like an overload of information popping out. Like, what do you feel about that, Coach Jay?
No, I'm just, I said this yesterday is that for the most part, I just want to get this thing rolling. Kind of tired of coaching changes here and there. I'm not going to go too much on a spiel and too much on a rant about it, but I just hope that it's over and that we can finally move on. Now, I love the fact how we're getting some players that are committing. And all of a sudden, the more rumblings are starting to appear that you're going to start seeing a lot of players enter the portal pretty soon. We're inching closer to that spring window, and it's I'm telling you, it's just going to be a breath of fresh air. Like Jordan Sparks and Chris Brown, man. It's gonna be no air for the rest of these college teams. No air for the rest of these college teams. So I can't wait.
For anybody who missed that reference, anybody who misses that reference, go listen to the song. No air. No air. But I mean, that's a good man. You're spot on, right? And Ronald Thompson, you just said something interesting. I just want to highlight this too. Like, hey, what about our recruiting in state? I read Zion Grady to Georgia, Micah DeBoer to LSU. Can we get Naeem Offer to Bama? All of our good players leaving the state. I don't know where you read that at. I've actually kind of seen the opposite recently, Ronald. And I'll tell you what, man, like I heard that, Zion's like pretty high on us. I can tell you Micah DeBoer, if you just read that article on him, like he was praising, he was all about KD and the staff, like straight up. Like that article that I think it was 247 Sports, and they do a phenomenal job right over there with those guys. And that article on him, oh man, I loved it. I absolutely, I loved it. I thought it was great. He praised KD, praised him. I think he's coming to Bama. I'll tell you that just based on everything he said. I mean, he's basically defending him in the article. That was impressive. I like it, man. I'm all about that. So there's a whole bunch of stuff with recruiting too, and I was going to try to break that down maybe in a different show. We can talk about it maybe towards the end here because we got some topics we want to jump into, and that's obviously what we're talking about now with the new hires. And then, I mean, have you kind of taken like a look at the new hires, Coach Jay, and what's your thoughts on them?
Yeah, so obviously, we literally did obviously I was doing it as soon as I came in. All of a sudden, when we heard all these coaching hires came, but you look at Chris Kapp, experienced offensive line coach, seen him with Michigan State, what he was able to do with that offensive line. Seen him I think he was the co-offensive coordinator and the quarterbacks coach in North Carolina with coaching with Mitch Trubisky. Obviously, he had Kenneth Walker during his last year before he went to Baylor. I know Baylor's stint wasn't the greatest. It wasn't the greatest stint in the world, but he's got a lot of experience. He's literally developed a lot of NFL talent. We've seen a couple stars that was able to kind of translate, some of them even being a top 5 pick in the draft. So very, very experienced, has a proven track record, hasn't been with a big-time school or a big-time program, but the resume is there. The results, I think, kind of speak for itself. And I think that honestly, again, is he as good as Scott Huff? I'm not too sure if he's as good as Scott Huff, but in terms of experience, in terms of resume goes, it can stack up pretty much with anybody in the country. So he's dealing with a much more talented roster. We got the best interior offensive line on paper right now in the country, but now it's about how can we develop the rest of this offensive line? Can we form depth? So I'm very interested in seeing how we can kind of do things there. Brian Ellis, young guy. I know he's never really coached tight ends before. He's more of a receiver / kind of more of a graduate assistant. So he's really, really young. Christian Robinson also has some experience. He's still young himself, but he has a lot of experience. He's probably the only coach on this roster that's pure as far as being a positional coach. Like the rest of these coaches, they're very versatile, right?
Yeah.
They can coach multiple positions. They can coach they can become a coordinator if they want. They've gotten tons of experience with their resume. Christian Robinson's a guy that has purely coached a lot at the linebacking position. He's been all over the place. He was a graduate assistant. He's from Norcross, Georgia. So he's going to be, if we're going to send him up to recruiting, he's going to be recruiting that Georgia, that Georgia area on the trail. And so, like we did at Auburn, coaching guys like Owen Papo, and he was a part of that 21 defense when he was developing some of those linebackers. But again, Dave Aranda was high on him. We all know the defensive guru mind that Dave Aranda is.
Yep.
And he's just a young upcoming coach that let's just see what he might be a defensive coordinator 2 to 3 years from now. So well, I think Christian Robinson and Brian Ellis are probably two guys that they're young, but for the most part they're guys with upside, and you just kind of see what they can do there. Pretty much the only coach that I'm very, very excited for is kind of Chris Cap, only because of he already has that proven track record of developing players that were 2 and 3 star players, and obviously sending those guys to the league. He's already got that track record, and I'm just excited to see how the rest of these coaches can pretty much fit in with this program and see how they can develop a lot of these young talent, hopefully for the next at least 2 to 3 years, because I'm tired of coaches all of a sudden signing they're making that verbal agreement and then they're just not even staying. So hopefully we can keep them here at least for the season, and we can see how everything else goes.
Yeah, that's you just made a really great point. Like with the coaches coming and then leaving, and honestly, I think Coach Cap, oddly enough, he literally, I think his contract, he signed a coach at Baylor in December, and now he's here. So if I'm correct,
right.
So I don't think he's actually coached at Baylor.
2023.
You know what I mean? Yeah. So, so I think that, you're right. Like with the coaches, man, like I tell you, like with I'm excited about each one of them. I do. You made great points on every single one of them. With Ellis, with Robinson, with Cap obviously having the significant experience. I really love his background. Yeah, I don't know necessarily if he is like Coach Huff in the sense of, is he better? What does he bring different? I do like the fact that at North Carolina, what he did with that offense and how involved he was in coaching offensive line. I do like that aspect, the fact that he brings that knowledge over and he brings it in this style of offense, where we saw North Carolina during that time frame that he's there, absolutely have stellar season, or stellar offense, I should say. And with Ellis and Robinson being these up and comers, and Ellis is probably the one, man, that I'm high on Coach Cap. I think he's going to do phenomenal. Ellis is like this super sleeper where I think he's going to develop some more stuff under KD, right? And from there, that's where I think he will be kind of groomed into that next possibly OC, especially if Sheridan has a year or two where he does really well. So I'm excited about that. I really am. I think, again, with all this information being released and touching back on Shepard, right? Like, because everyone was so worried that there was these rumors kind of floating around that Shepard might be bouncing with Grubb, and now that those rumors are completely put to rest. If you saw what Shepard released in his statement, Shepard loves coaching college. It is very clear that he loves developing guys and he loves recruiting and he wants to be here. He strictly said that in a statement, and then you're seeing him out there being a very key piece in motivating the hell out of these dudes and getting, let's go work. And I love that video. To see it with Shepard too, I think that's what's very exciting, considering all the different people, I guess the recruits talking about him, going back to the comment from earlier, all the recruits talking about him that just have the craziest high praise for him nonstop. Like, that's exciting. That man, I am all about that. I love that stuff. It's great to hear that motivation, and it's great to hear from the outside and within the team. And now we're seeing, and I want to bring this up because it is kind of fresh. Is this possible Caleb Odom switching from tight end to wide receiver? I mean, what's your take on that?
It's interesting. I mean, obviously, he'll be the biggest receiver on the team at 6'5", 215 pounds. They'll probably add him some weight a little bit more onto him, but he does have a smaller frame, being more of a tight end. I'm not just talking about because of his height. I'm talking about just overall size. I mean, you can try to get him to 230. Maybe like a Irv Smith type of player, but yeah, I mean, like I said, if he believes in his, obviously, the coaches and him kind of consulted on this, so there was kind of more of a verbal agreement to make this transition. But listen, if he's confident enough that he can do it, if he's confident enough that Jamarcus Shepard and obviously Kalen DeBoer, because he's going to be involved, can push him and develop him to the next level. Obviously, he's going to have to do some work by himself, working with trainers. If he feels like he can overall be versatile with his route tree, if he feels like he can just, with his route tree, if he overall has the footwork. I mean, these tight ends nowadays can play receiver. I mean, you look at the Darren Wallers, the Travis Kelce, Kelce's of the world, who barely even plays on the line anymore. You look at the only traditional tight end is really that's advanced is George Kittle, who plays 50-50 on the line and off. So these tight ends nowadays, they don't even do it. Dalton Kincaid doesn't play on the line. No. Yeah. This could be one of these things where, yes, he's named a receiver on paper, but you're probably going to see him lined up a lot. He's going to play like a tight end, which is going to be lined up primarily in the slot. Maybe he can play off the line. Maybe occasionally on some sets, whether if it's 12 or 13 personnel, you could see him pushed up a little bit closer to the line of scrimmage. But this is if he's playing this Darren Waller, Dalton Kincaid type role. He's named a receiver, but Johnny Wilson's another perfect example where he played more like a tight end at Florida State, but he was listed as a receiver. So and
two, and maybe you can help me with this, Coach Jay. Who is the tight end? And y'all will yell at me for this. That I can't remember the name right now, but that's the one thing I get hung up on sometimes is names. Tight end that goes from Florida, right, and is playing at Atlanta.
Kyle Pitts,
everybody. Kyle Pitts is a great example of Caleb Odom. That I think almost in a sense, I would almost say Odom fits that role that Pitts plays, right, in such an athletic, line you out right wide, put you in different positions to take advantage of that size. Not to mention, you look at with Odom too and his background, right? I mean, the kid is a stud, especially, what I really love about him too, and why I think this, and it's, is the fact of his basketball background. I love that with his basketball background, right? Like, his basketball background probably plays such a, you can isolate him in the way this offense works and the way it isolates wide receivers. I mean, I think they're putting a little plan together and saying, man, let's get this guy in the field And that just, man, you got a huge, like, it's just stacked at wide receivers over there. You can do so much with all the talent, all the speed. And now you put a little size out there. You get, I like it. It looks good, right? It looks good. And I'll tell you this, man, like, again, everybody with the comments coming in, there's so many rolling in here.
Thanks, Janet.
I mean, it's so many. There's so many comments, and we love it. And we want to catch you guys' questions. Make sure you do. If you can, make sure you do a super chat, because it's harder for us to catch some of these when there's so many rolling through as fast as they are, you know. But I mean, then you look at, like, we jump into some of these, like, portal editions, right? And who's coming over from, like, a portal edition aspect. And obviously we have a big one today with well, we have two that are, you know, just recent, but we have a big one with Sabe, right? Keon Sabe, right? And or Sab, I think it is. Yeah, Sab. From there, like, what, I mean, obviously you've had a chance to kind of see how everyone's pumped up about that. There's a lot of different positions he can play. What's your take on him?
Yeah, Keon's a very interesting player. He wasn't a starter for Michigan. He was more of their backup. He was more of a backup safety, but he could play multiple roles. Like, you know, he was battling, I believe, for that nickel role that Mike, I think his last name was Serenstall. I forgot, but Mike Serenstall, who's one of the best slot corners in college football. He's not going to be a first round pick, but you know, slot corners are very undervalued for some weird reason. But no, that dude is going to be at least a day 2 pick. But he was battling there. He was trying to battle full time at the free safety position. He tried it strong. But yeah, he was more of a backup type player. Kind of came in during a little bit of garbage time, sometimes more rotational. But he made. I mean, that Michigan, that's no fault on him. That secondary was loaded with talent. That's a defense that was just primarily loaded with talent. And when he got into the game, he made use of opportunities. He had 28 tackles, 2 interceptions. He made use out of all the opportunities that was given to him. Now this is a kid, former 5-star, coming out of IMG Academy. His brothers, he's got a couple brothers right now that Alabama's recruiting for 26 and 27. So yeah, and plus the scheme, it's a 4-2-5 scheme. I think he knows some of these coaches that are already here on the roster. So for him, it felt like that just made the most perfect sense. Now Will Johnson will be a name to look out for, because McDonald's at Seattle. McDonald is at Seattle. You know, that's kind of one of the things that we talked about, is that, yes, I don't think any of their offensive pieces, which, by the way, I don't want any of their offensive pieces to be, if you have asked me, but I don't think any of their key additional offensive pieces will be gone. But the toughest is, you know, how are you going to replicate Mike McDonald? Because Mike McDonald is running that Baltimore Ravens. He's running their defense, that 4-2-5 defense, including half their playbook. And now that he's gone to Seattle, you know, all of a sudden now, again, if Michigan fans are here or people are catching up to me, you can, you know, please let me know. But I don't think they're going to be running. They might run a similar scheme, but having that defensive coordinator that's putting a lot of those players in great positions, it's just not going to be the same. It's just not simply going to be the same. So we could be looking out for more Michigan players pretty soon that could very well go in here and maybe look for players like Alabama. Of course, Keon's the first. We'll see what happens with Will Johnson, the rest. But I'm excited for him. Again, former 5-star kid. I think he's a lot more rangy. He's a lot more rangy. I think he's more versatile. He has experience contributing in multiple roles. So it's kind of one of those things that, again, it's not going to be guaranteed to him, but he's going to be battling for that job. He's going to be battling for, you know, whatever they want to kind of place him at. And I'm excited to kind of see what he does there. Josh Cuevas is the same deal. Same deal with Josh. You know, now Josh was, you know, he came from a couple schools before going to Washington. Had some pretty good production on limited receptions. I think 698 yards and like less than 50 catches, I believe, throughout his career. So we'll there's a reason why I think Caleb Odom is also moving, because the room is just loaded with talent. I mean, you got, you know, Daniel Lewis, you know, you got Robbie Oates still there. It's loaded. You know, CJ Dupree. Like, there's 3-4 tight ends that can easily start for this team, and you know, like I said, we may take a drop off from running the heavy tight end sets that we ran last year. So it's interesting. It'll be interesting to see what happens. But again, two additional pieces, talented additional pieces, and hopefully hopefully I know we will get more and pretty soon.
Oh yes, I think DeBoer in his interview he talks about that, right? Like he talks about being excited about like he has some spots open scholarship wise, and that they're there for a reason. And he doesn't obviously give it away, but we know it's because they are gonna target some guys and grab a few in some maybe key positions. I'm sure we're gonna see. Possibly somebody who can come in on the offensive line, maybe a tackle, or somebody who can come in and maybe fill like in a guard and push another guy out to tackle. We'll see what they choose to do with that. I imagine they're going to try to address the offensive line, and depending on what happens with this Will Johnson kind of everybody's hinting at it. Smook had some good takes on it earlier today in his segment, and he'll have some more, I'm sure, tonight. But Will Johnson comes in, right? There's maybe another one. Okay, so if he enters the portal, big if, we don't know. It's all rumors, right? Yeah. That's all rumors right now. There was a little bit of stuff that was put out on a little message, I think, on Twitter that got deleted very quickly. Tagging Damani Jackson and also tagging Keon Sabe. So I'm excited. I did see a comment earlier, and I want to get to this. And I've heard the analogy of Caleb Downs is an F5 tornado. Keon Sabe is a really bad thunderstorm. Odd analogy. Thoughts? I for me at least, Caleb, I don't necessarily see it that way. I think Caleb Downs, as I said earlier today, is a legacy player. He's great. I'm not going to take away from his abilities. The guy's a stud safety. But I at the same time, if you look at the progression right now of Keon Sabe, right, and what's going on and all that, I think he is a stud, and I think he is an up-and-comer, and I think right now he was just put on a hot list for a breakout player for this next season. I think he got his feet wet. He's a redshirt freshman this last year. He is someone that Harbaugh talks about and says he came out and made a huge impact filling in the roles that he did, and now he's primed and ready to come do work, and he's going to fill in one of these positions that are really good. I personally see him at Rover. I see him at a strong safety. I think he's big. He has great cover skills. He can come up over a second wide receiver, and at the same time, he can fill the run very well. He's already played. Yeah, and he plays that similar role already at Michigan, or he did, and he had a lot of success. He finds those passing lanes really well, hence how he had the interceptions that he had. I like it. I personally think a guy like this is in are in a position, right, that like you can come in and make stellar plays and really start to blossom off of this last year's productivity. And he's going to do great. And, Caleb Downs, great. Like, he was phenomenal. I would have loved to see him in this defense, but I don't think that gap is as wide as everyone wants to say it is, personally. I really don't. He's a phenomenal player, but I think you have a guy who's coming in, who's ready to work. He's ready to go. I think Caleb would have done great too, but we are in a position where the gap is not as wide as we think, as far as like the talent drop off or talent comparison. All right, and so we'll go from there. And then to go back and what you're saying with Cuevas, right? I think he's exciting. I see him more as I don't know. I think he's one of those guys that kind of touched on this earlier, right? Is he's one of those guys that he can really be a guy who comes into that room and help that tight end group really grab the concepts, right, of this offense. You see it with Parker Brailsford. You see it with Austin Mack, right? You see it with Jeremy Bernard, right? So it's a good addition. I think he's more of a special teams guy. I think there's a lot of talent in that tight end room. It's going to be hard for him necessarily to see the field on that side, but I think he does add that work ethic and just that push and that hunger to be on the field doing something to contribute, and I'm all about that. I'm good with that. So I know we got our leaderboard up, though, for Super Chat and Fan Funder of the Day.
Patriot Life 49.90. Cook them up with the $9.99. Jay, J6. Oh no, sorry. Juvie, Webhead, Jay, and then we had six tray, and then the real Dynasty $4.99. Crimson Blood, of course, $4.99, and then Patriot Life had the most gifted subs for today. He gifted 10. So we appreciate Patriot Life so much, and then also welcoming new members: Expedition, Greg, Jeremy Sanders, and Bama Otter. We appreciate you guys so much. If you guys want to definitely support the coaches, if you want more exclusive content, because we're starting to get our grind on the exclusive content, definitely become a Bama Fund member. Terrible salesman. We're gonna clean that up. But no, seriously, if you want the exclusive content, you want to coach Coach Morrell, you want to catch me, you want to catch Coach Smoot, Coach Sean, Ty Hayes, please become definitely become a Bama Fund member. You guys definitely will not regret that decision.
Yeah, 100%. Really appreciate you guys and everybody. And man, Patriot Life, always fan fun, and we love it. And we truly appreciate you so much for jumping in there. And welcome all of our new members, 100%. And the leaderboard, man. I'm surprised BB's not up there. She's always in there too.
Yeah, I know. What's going on?
Where you at, BB? Where you at? So yeah, but as we were saying with some of these other players, right? Excited about Austin Mack. I saw a comment earlier. I think Jarvis, you were saying it. The thing I'm most excited about is the fact that all positions will be earned and not given. DeBoer has no loyalty yet. They will be earned. I really do think that you're going to see it all over the field. It's not like he's bringing in these dudes to start, right? That are coming in from the transfer portal. They're not coming to start. I think I will say this. I think Keon's going to start. I will put that out there. But and I like Malachi Moore at the Husky. Who's going to be that free safety? I don't know. I mean, we'll see how that plays out. But everyone has their different opinions and takes on that, and that's fine. But it will be interesting to see how the guys in spring ball and into fall ball that competition goes. You know, is there any area that you're most excited to watch, Coach Jay?
Yeah, it's more safety for me. I'm very curious seeing what happens. I mean, that's why like I said, the more competition in that backfield, the better. You know.
Yeah. I love it.
But I am still curious about our freshman guys like Peyton Woodyard is just one of my guys that I've just been keeping my eye on. Of course, like we always kind of talk about Xavier Brown. I think Xavier Brown is a phenomenal opportunity at corner, playing on the outside. So. But no, I'm interested now. I think the secondary was kind of more of a weak standpoint as far as depth. It wasn't that much depth there. It was a lot of the depth. They got depth, but just a lot of inexperience. And so it's something that they can still add, and that's something that we're going to keep. That we're all just going to keep an eye on to see if we can add more depth potentially, because we still got a lot of roster spots available. So
that's correct.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be fun to watch. And I just noticed. I don't know why I just caught this, but my name is Jadiq.
Oh, I like it. Nice. Jadiq, everybody. Jadiq. And hey, Bruce Watson, member for 1 month. Roll Tide chat and hit the join button if you can. Love it, Bruce. Love it. Hey, glad you've been a member for a month, and we appreciate that a ton. And continue to join up. And I see some more names in here, and it's pretty awesome. I love seeing everybody in here. Like it's great. It's been exciting. I'm glad you guys are all jumping in. Make sure you hit the thumbs up as you do come in and like our stuff. We love bringing you more and more. So that's what we want to do. Sir. And again, with spring going into spring, I'm really excited to see spring ball. I'm really excited to see how the freshmen come in and how they, I guess, from a standpoint of just how those guys transition, right? And Jay Townsend, we haven't talked about the college football playoff stuff yet. We're about to, though, so hold on real quick.
Oh, that travesty of a college football playoff.
We're going to get to that in a minute. Yeah, but I will. I say I'm excited to see the freshmen. I know, it's exciting for those guys to get out and compete and see a new level of athlete. I can remember coming out of high school into fall ball, and it's eye-opening for some people, right? And that transition can be different, and it can also be a lot of fun. I love this. I love it. And these guys are going to come in here They're going to compete from the freshman standpoint. Really interested to see how the secondary goes. I did see Coin God say something about Devontae Smith. I definitely like him at the free safety. We'll see how that rolls too, right? We got a lot of players to keep eyes on and to really watch. I love the Kalen Odom move to wide receiver potentially. We haven't confirmed that 100%, but it's looking that way, right? I do like that a lot. And everything's going to be exciting. The offensive line play is going to be exciting. That's probably one of my biggest interests. I want to see the offensive line play. I love to see how the edges, right? There's a lot of depth at edge and the D line. I want to see where that rotation starts to play out. It's going to be a lot of fun. But jumping into what Mr. Jay Townsend just asked us, college football playoffs. Coach Jay, I know you have a very interesting and deep opinion on this. So you hit it off, my friend.
Yeah, the college football playoff committee is a joke. This is a joke, and I'm telling you right now, guys. Next year, we're about to have a Florida State situation. We're about to have somebody that's about to cry very, very hard next year for not making inside the CFP. This is absolutely ridiculous. So pretty much now, I think we now have 5 guaranteed champions. Which is crazy because now a group of 5 team is definitely guaranteed to getting inside the college football playoff because there is no there is no Power 5 anymore. It is a Power 4. It's really a Power 2 because the Big 12 this is the weakest Big 12 we've ever seen in years. Even with all the brand new additions, the Big 12 conference is absolutely weak, and the ACC is an absolute joke like they've always been. So it's really more of a Big 2. And then you have to include the group of 5 team. The group of 5 team is the makeup of the Pac-12. Well, it's not the Pac-12, but it is essentially now the Pac-12. So it's what the highest seeding group of 5 team is now guaranteed with the 5th, or is it just the American Conference?
Yes. So the way it's going to work with that, right, is it is the highest 5 ranked conference champions. Highest 5 ranked conference champions.
And it's ridiculous because pretty much now it's because that group of 5 team, they're not going to get the 4th seed. They're not going to get a top 4 seed. They're going to be staying at that 5th seed most likely, even if they're undefeated. But they're going to go against the 12th seed, which is pretty much going to be this is going to be your 2-loss, 3-loss team. So now all of a sudden it's going to be to a point where even your 4th seeds, even your 4th, your 3rd, and your 2nd seeds, these teams actually have harder paths compared to the 5th seed because the 5th seed has to go against the 12 team. And then, again, I don't have the complete. I don't know if we have the format.
No, you're right. You're correct. I can break it down if you want. It's 5th versus 12, 6 versus 11, 7th versus 10th,
right?
And 8 versus 9.
Exactly. So these teams. That's not the 5th seed. That they have a much harder path of going. Think about that for a second. They have a much harder path compared to the 5th seed. So this is just once again, guys, an absolute embarrassment. We didn't even talk about the fact how Notre Dame, an independent, could make the playoff, and they don't have to play in a conference championship, and they can literally get a month off without because no one ever talks about this, guy. This is somebody. I forgot who asked this, but somebody asked the question to one of the people that's going to be on the CFP committee this year. What happens if an independent goes undefeated?
Yeah.
Well, that school can get does that school get an automatic? Does that school get a top 4 seed? And he answered, well, yes. They're not going to get the 6th or 7th seed. If they're the number 1 ranked team in the country, they're going to get a potential number 1 seed. But then he asked, well, wait a minute. If Notre Dame, let's say, I'm just using Notre Dame for this case, but if an independent goes number 1, so like a Notre Dame that has a strong strength of schedule ahead, if they get that number 1 seed, well, wait a minute. Didn't you just guarantee that all 5 teams are going to get in? So how is that going to work? What's going to happen there? So I mean, this thing is just a complete mess. It's just a complete mess already, guys. They don't know what the hell they're doing. And it's going to be up to a point now, guys, where, we're going to have a Florida State situation. There's going to be multiple, maybe even 3 to 4 teams that are going to be pissed off for not making the CFP because this is fear. The group of 5 is fearful that their team is not going to get in. the ACC and the rest of these conferences are fearful that they're not going to get in. It's just a complete joke. It's a complete joke. And again, this is why this is why I always keep saying, guys, we just go back to the BCS era. Just go back.
Yeah.
Life was more fun. Life was simpler. You didn't have to make it to a national championship to not be considered successful. I remember back in the day, guys, watching the Rose Bowl and the Sugar Bowl, all these bowl games, and it was just as impactful as a national championship. Was it the national championship? No, but bowl season, it was just more fun, right? All the other bowl games had meaning and pride. This playoff crap is just annoying. It's just really annoying. And like I said, someone's team is going to get someone's program is going to get pissed. Some fan base will get pissed next year, and the CFP once again will have to deal with this issue. It's just, I don't know, it's a travesty.
100%. And Sandman, I see you in here, man. It's been a while since we've seen you here. Sandman, our Texas fan, who also loves to jump in and enjoy some Bama talk. We always enjoy having you in here, man. But I'll tell you, like, this is the thing with this playoff, right? It's been interesting from a standpoint of, like, this last year was definitely drama filled with the 4 team, when this probably would have been the perfect year if we were going to start a playoff system like we are doing to do it, but it didn't happen that way, right? And so now we're looking at this, and I love it, man. Crimson Blood. Jay, this one's for you, brother.
When Coach Jay gets going, I love it. Appreciate you so much. Crimson Blood. Appreciate you.
Crimson Blood. Nah, appreciate that $5 super chat. Thanks for Crimson Blood. We appreciate you. But I again, like, I think and Jay Townsend says again, I knew that this 12-game playoff is only going to give more teams to complain about not getting in, creating more drama potentially. And I mean, I that's going to be the case, I think, no matter what. That's kind of the issue. We've already taken away, because that BCS era is gone. Sadly, we can't go back, right? Just from the standpoint that guys, that we're already into this new style. Not to mention we're doing pay for play now. That's another issue that we run into because now you got these teams that are super loaded, and then who is running it behind the show, right? How does it affect the playoff, and then how would it affect the BCS era, right? And so that's a hard one to answer necessarily, right? Because I don't necessarily like having a committee control my ranking, and if I go to the national championship, especially with the way these teams are loaded now, that's where we go back to at the BCS technically. But at the same time, with the playoffs, there's just so much confusion. So, and I want to break this down for you guys real quick. So it's the 5-7 rule. The first 5, which are the 5 highest ranked conference champions, they have auto bids. They automatically get in. It's the next 7 highest ranked teams. They're in. Teams 1 through 4, first, second, third, and fourth, they get a first round bye. All right. I like that. And from there, you have 5 through 12 are in the first round. Your New Year's 6 bowls will start in the quarterfinals into the semifinals, right? And then, so what you would have looked at from an end of the year rankings, you would have Michigan 1, Washington 2, Texas, it looks like 3, Alabama 4, 5, Florida State, 6, Georgia, 7, Ohio State, 8, Oregon, 9, Mississippi, 10, Penn State, 11, Ole Miss. Sorry, 9 was Mississippi State, I think it was, or Missouri. My bad. Sorry, 9 was Missouri, 10 Penn State, 11 Ole Miss, and 12 Oklahoma. So it's going to be interesting to see how this plays out. You made a really great point with Notre Dame. Like Notre Dame. So how do we fix this, right? Like, how come we're playing then pansy schedules? Why is everybody getting to play these non-conference games that have no meaning? Because then when you get in conference, if someone's conference is harder than the others, and it affects all these rankings, which we saw the drama of that this last year, right? So maybe that's something we need to consider now is, do we change, right? Do we change these non-conference games? Can you no longer play these weak non-conference games? You actually have to play within maybe some preseason rankings and play somebody of same caliber, right? To an extent, that could be something to consider instead of doing these, out of like Division I AA schools. Like I don't like that. Like I hate that. It's all it is a payday, and for you to go warm up and do a scrimmage.
Yep.
It's stupid. Like why would you know what I'm saying? Like, go ahead, Coach Jay.
Can I read it just real quick? Can I read a quote?
Yeah,
I want y'all to hear this, because this is the stupidity of this college football playoff committee. So this is by one of the representatives. This is from who is this from? This is from the president of the Mississippi State University, and the chair of the CFP board. This is Mark Keenum. So I'm going to read this. He says, according to our discussion, we all can agree that this thing is stupid, but this is what he said. This is a very logical adjustment for the college football playoff based on the evolution of our conference structures. Since the board first adapted this new format in September 2022. What else he say? He says, now knowing this change will also be received by the student athletes, coaches, and fans, we will all be pleased to see this new format come to life on the field this postseason. Guys, the fact that these people are confident that this thing is going to be well received and that this thing is going to have no backlash tells me this tells us all we need to know. Mm-hmm. These people, guys, they have no clue what they're doing. And you're talking about a committee that is prized of people that has never even that's never even played football. You're talking about athletic directors, former politicians like Condoleezza Rice, who first was on that committee board, which that was an absolute travesty. The only reason why, because apparently she was just a football fan and they just wanted a big politician name on the board. These people are comprised of they're comprised of people that's never played the sport. They're athletic directors. Some of it are claimed coaches, but it's ridiculous, guys. The fact that they're confident that there's no flaw, that they went over this day and night, and the fact that they saw that this is a much better structure. There's no downside to this at all. There's going to be less complaints because we're going to have a lot more teams, including our power conferences, in there. Well, here's the problem with this. Because the Pac-12 dissolved, because all of a sudden, just because now it's a Pac-2, all of a sudden, a lot of your conferences are weaker. The Big 12 is not stronger; they're weaker because Oklahoma, Texas, they're now gone. You look at the AC conference; they're weaker now because they were already considered the weakest conference. They're weak, and you already have two of their best teams that are buying out to leave. Florida State is they're trying to go to court, trying to get out of the ACC conference, which was their conference champion. The Big Ten and the SEC are only getting stronger, especially with conference realignment. And this is assuming that Florida State and the rest of the schools are going to come out. If Florida State and Miami decides to leave the ACC conference, if all of a sudden we go to the Big 12 and let's just say TCU and I don't know, like TCU and Texas Tech decides to kind of leave, whoever, maybe Baylor decides to leave. All of a sudden, guys, what's going to happen is that these conferences now, they're going to continue to pick up smaller schools to join them. Sooner or later, I don't think the Pac-2 will stay for, it's going to be the Pac-2. I think the Pac-2 will eventually go back to being the Pac-12. They'll just take schools from the Mountain West Conference or the FCS level, and they'll just bring them all the way up to form more of a Pac-12. But what's going to happen, because I can already see this now, is that the weaker teams and the weaker conferences are going to benefit more in the college football playoff era compared to the teams that are competing in hell, like the SEC teams and Big Ten teams that already have to compete against each other. That has the possibility. Like, think about this for a second. There's a chance that Bama could play 16 games this year.
I know.
There's a chance.
That's nuts, man.
And all these other schools, the Notre Dames, all these other schools, they can just get bye weeks, passes, and not play football for almost 2 months. Like, this is the state of college football that we're going in right now. This is the travesty that's occurring. And guess what? No one's talking about it but us. No one's talking about it until all of a sudden we get to the end of the year, and there's all of a sudden there's going to be teams that's going to be pissed off, fan base is going to be pissed off, and we're going to have this conversation all over again.
100. And I will say, though, like, Saban was at a event. I think it was his event just recently, and he brought up the fact of talking about like the issues with college football. And he brought up Bear Bryant, he brought up Bobby Bowden, and kind of their thought process and how would they feel today, right? Like with what's going on with college football and how do we fix it? So I can tell you, just from his standpoint, because of the way he is and what we've seen, he's not going to sit back and not have a impact on that. I think we do see him take a role. We don't know what type of role that will be, but I do think there's going to be a role there that he steps in to try and help fix or make right some of these I don't want to say wrongs necessarily, even though they are wrongs, but that maybe make right some of these inconsistencies and screw ups from not putting more thought into it and the right things in place to make sure it ran with more fluidity, right? And so that's the thing about it, right? Like, it's just so crazy. I do want to make a small pivot within the playoff conversation. And here's what I want to say is, if there's any coach that I want to be my coach and we're going into the playoffs such as this, that could be chaotic and you might have to play that many games, I will tell you it's going to be Kalen DeBoer. And why? Why would I want him to be my coach? Why would I want him? And this is not me sun pumping Kalen DeBoer, but why do I want him as my coach? Because he did this in Sioux Falls. He went through a playoff system when he was coaching there, right? Like, he's been through it before. He understands what it takes to win. He won like 4 national titles there, right? And so he already has that good understanding. Now, okay, we're not going into talent. We're not going into all the extracurricular stuff we could go with this conversation. That's not what I'm saying. But I am saying is I will say right now, that if there's a coach who I want in the playoff system that understands it and can help make sure that we win and is very sound when it comes to understanding like this breakdown of steps through the playoffs to get to that final game and still be playing at a maximum potential at that final game, which I feel we will see Alabama at this year. That's the coach I want. That team is going to be ready to roll. That's why I'm excited for it, just from that standpoint. I do want to put that out there because I think guys forget about that with his background, his history, right? But again, going into the playoff system, you're right. There's been comments in the comment box already by the Undefeated they're already talking about a 16-team playoff. Okay, like how much are we going to go? How far are we going to go with this? You know what I mean? Like, it's just so
exactly. Now
crazy.
we're going to get to 17 games. We're going to get the set. All of a sudden, we're going to have
an NFL schedule.
Going to play 17 games. It's exactly just make it the NFL now. Just it's
you know what I'm saying with these super conferences and like so FSU, like Florida State, wants to get into the SEC. That's been their whole move of getting out of the ACC, or they want to go independent. And that's an interesting one. That's why they're going through this, because they feel like they got snubbed and they don't feel like the ACC can bring them the same type of level of competition anymore. So why don't we break this down into the very similar way the NFL has it, right? With an NFC and an AFC, and then splitting it up from there. I would like that concept, because then we're keeping teams within like these same areas. We're not having to you realize Stanford has to fly across the nation next year?
That's fun. Mm-hmm.
That's
Stanford,
insane.
UCLA,
to play Miami,
USC.
You literally are going from one corner of the nation to the other. Like, that's nuts. Like, something has to be done to be fixed, right? And so I feel good, though. I will say, to be an Alabama fan, roll Tide, because I feel good about going to the playoffs.
Yeah,
this roster and this coaching staff.
As long as we don't lose 3 games, as long as we don't lose 3 games, we're fine. We're good.
Yep.
But I'm telling you, man, the Ole Misses, the Ole Misses, the Oklahomas, the Missouris. Those are the Iowas, the Iowas, the Wisconsins. Like, these are teams that are annually good teams per year. That they win about 8-9 games per year, but occasionally they'll have their 10-2, 11-2 moment. What happens to these schools if they don't get in? Because think about this for a second. Ole Miss will not get into the playoff. Like, Ole Miss, if we take a look at the records for this season, or last season, which was Ole Miss and Liberty. Liberty, who was the 23rd team in the country, would be number 5, and Ole Miss would be out because of the playoff format. Oklahoma and Ole Miss would both be out. Like, it's stuff like that, and then you're going to hear those 2 fan bases crying and bitching and moaning, because it's kind of like, why didn't we get an opportunity? Why didn't we get our chance? So this is not going to end. This is not going to make things better from an entertainment standpoint. right? It's going to make bowl season a little bit more fun, which I still think for the most part it's going to be some chaos because I just like it's a quick turnaround. You got conference championship week, and then all of a sudden you got playoffs, which are still going on during finals or a little after that. Like, how is that going to work? You know, so you got to fix that, and then all of a sudden the national championship game isn't until February.
Yeah.
Like
that's
these
wild.
kids got to prepare for the combine. These kids that are seniors, they got to get ready for the East-West Shrine game or the Senior Bowl.
I know.
What
It'll be interesting to see if they adjust it. You know what I mean? Like that would be something to see if they do something with that schedule as far as adjustment wise. You know, like it's just so chaotic. And I mean, just all of it. And you almost have to say like, where did this start? Where did it start? Who got the idea that they wanted to make way more money? Because that's what it comes down to. Everybody.
All about the dollars.
That's right. Somebody up there was like, we got to make way more money off of this. We know this is a gold mine. How can we do it? So it'll be interesting to see with that. I mean, I don't know. But yeah, I mean, I know Coach Sean's going to go into this some more tonight for you guys. He's going to talk about his views on that playoff structure too. And he'll have some really good take on that as well. You know what I mean? I love it. Like I love that. And so, and he's coming up here shortly, I think within the next 4 or 5 minutes or so.
Yeah.
You know, and I think I actually earlier just a little bit when we were talking about this, I think I gave you some different rankings than I'll just do the AP top 25 just so you guys can look at the end of the season. And it was Michigan, Washington, Texas, Georgia at 4, Bama at 5, Oregon at 6. Let's see, Florida State was 7, 8 Missouri, 9 Ole Miss, 10 Ohio State, 11 was Arizona, and 12 was LSU. So there's some other teams in there that I had put previously that weren't actually in there. So granted, you know, there's so many different freaking rankings now too. So which one's correct and which one's not? Which one has more weight and which one doesn't? So it'll be interesting. I to go back and to jump into our next topic real quick, just to touch on a little bit. There's been a lot of positives today. With all the information coming out. We feel good about that. With the work that our players are doing, right? And I hope that they are working hard and having fun doing it. I hated it. It was hard as hell, but I'll tell you what, it makes you better, and that's what it's all about, everybody. And I know that they're out there and they got a chip on their shoulder, just like Coach KD said. That's what's exciting. They really do have a chip on their shoulder, and I think we're going to see that going into this season. That's why I'm so excited to watch the competition for spring. I think, you know, Coach Jay.
That spring game is going to be telling. It's going to be very, very telling. You know, we felt something was different about the defense last year because we saw everybody was flying around. And we were right. We were all proven, and you know, we were proven right about it. We knew offensively there was some concerns, but we loved the way that defense was flying. We knew that defense looked different, and we were proven right. That spring game, again, it's not the full package, but it is. But just from a demeanor standpoint, just from how the attitude of these players and how they perform, and just, you know, are they going to play hard? You know, what's the intensity level going to be like? I think that is going to really tell us what this team is really going to be like. You know, this is a fresh team. Like, this team is it's fresh. You know, this is no longer a Saban team. This is Kalen DeBoer's team. This is a complete brand new coaching staff, and you know, I'm excited to see what that game is going to tell. I'm excited for a lot of the young guys. That's kind of one of the things that I really, really liked so much, was the fact that a lot of the young guys stayed. You know, we had 25 guys and counting that decided to stay. Instead of deciding to bounce out as soon as Nick Saban departed, because a lot of these players, you know, they came here for Saban. They strictly came here for Saban, and so the fact that they believed in DeBoer, they stuck with the process. You know, again, we can give a lot of credit to the kids that are a part of the team already and that stayed, but we got to give a lot of credit to these recruits, because they really stuck through. We didn't lose any, barely. I mean, Julian Saban, I think, was the only one that left, so. That's awesome. And I'm excited to see what these kids can do in the spring, because a lot of these guys are going to get an opportunity.
Gosh, me too, man. I'm so excited. And you're right. Like, and Nick Saban, he had a small article again. I think this one was either on Bama Online or 247 Sports, one or two. But he talked about like everyone wanted to know his role recently and how much he's been involved with KD. And he said he's I'm keeping like my arm's length away. I'm not trying to get in there too much. But KD has also said, he's had a lot of contact with Saban, and Saban gave KD a lot of credit within that time, within that article, of saying, he's done a great job of helping these players, like putting his touch on things, but also making sure, from the standpoint of making sure like the players that wanted to stay and he was able to influence, I'll tell you, like he was really excited about it. And he said he Saban gave KD a lot of credit, and that's cool to see, with KD also reaching out to him, and there's this interaction, and we feel good about it, and we're starting to see the effects of it now, because I don't know what it is, and all of you undefeated in the chat, you guys probably feel the same thing. There feels like there's an energy, right? There feels like there's a really good energy of what's about to happen. Everybody feels really, I know I do. I can feel it. Like you can feel it, right? And we have Coach Sean entering in. Coach Sean, everybody.
What's up, Coach Sean?
What's up with you guys?
Nothing much, man. Nothing much, man. We're just over here wrapping up, talking, going on our rant spills about the college ball playoff committee and how much that's a complete joke.
What's up?
For the most part.
You guys did a great show, man. I catch myself listening, man. I had to, you know what I mean? Bro, why do I keep logging into the wrong link, bro? Like
I do the same thing.
Bro, I logged into a link and there was nothing there. And I'm like,
I keep doing the same crap. All of a sudden it says stream, and I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell? Like, what's going on?
Yeah, man. So I had to go back to the Slack and then get the most recent one.
You got to reload it. Like hit it and then refresh the thing, so then the actual one pops up. I've done that a few times. I go in, there's nobody in there. I'm like, okay, show's over tonight, everybody.
No show tonight. It's crazy. It's crazy, bro.
No, man, it is crazy. It is crazy, and we obviously I saw that you're gonna have some great topics tonight, Coach Sean, and we touched a little bit on some of the playoff stuff, but and this wildness of what's going on with the playoff structure. But we also were talking about just how excited we were, and here's a super chat right away. Crimson Blood, loving Coach Sean. I love it. Dude, the golden voice.
Man, I'll tell you what, the golden voice is these guys that you got on right now. You hadn't heard a golden voice yet, Jay, until you wait till the Bills lose. Wait, when the Bills lose, bro, it is classic TV, bro. I'm telling you, don't miss it. I watch him over and over and over. JB, Jay is calm, cool, collective, but don't be fooled, bro. Don't be fooled. The Wolverine whiskers come out, man. You know what I mean? Jay will go off. I mean, slap off. You know what I mean? I love it.
Somebody took one of, like, they clipped one of my during one of my rants. Somebody clipped it, like a big portion of when I was just going off. Yeah. They put it on TikTok, and that thing had like over 500,000 views on TikTok. So I went viral for like that for that week, man. All throughout the day, man. Yeah, guys. Now, trust me, when Bama lose, thankfully I haven't been going in as I used to, man. But I can't do with two teams doing that to me, man.
Yeah, man, it's crazy.
Brutal. It is brutal. It's crazy. I mean, and there's been so much like just phenomenal, just studly news. I love it. There's so many players to talk about, and I know Coach Sean, like, you got a lot to talk about, and we're gonna let you do your thing, and we appreciate you very much. I'm excited to listen to you tonight too.
Man, listen, Merrill, I tell you this, man. Shout out to Coach Jay, Coach Smoot, Ty, Merrill. Listen, bro, I've been checking you out every time you've been on. I be at work listening to y'all. Bro, you do an awesome job as well, man. You and Jay together is classic TV, man. I tap in and listen. It's wonderful, bro. You got a gift for this, man. Just like Coach Jay, just like Ty, just like Smoot. You do an awesome job too, brother. That's a whole fact, man. Both of you guys.
I appreciate you guys, man. I do. I appreciate you, Coach Jay, too, for jumping in on these and doing this together.
Exactly.
And then Coach Sean, last time we got to go together, I had a blast, man. That was a lot of fun. And so hopefully we can do some more collaborations with everybody. I love this stuff. So it's fun talking about. I mean, we got a lot of great news to talk about. You guys, thank you, everybody. Undefeated, thank you. Thank you to the team here at Bama Football on YouTube for having me, because I am the newest member. if you guys don't know. So I am. But cool. Well, I'll let you get at it, Coach Sean. Roll Tide. Coach
Man,
Jay.
roll Tide to you, man.
Roll Tide to you guys.
Appreciate
Thank you, man.
All right, guys.
Thank you.
All right, chat.
Boom. Chat. What is the business, man? How are you guys doing? Kareem Hood, what is going on, man? How are you? Let me see if I can get you guys on the screen while I do this. My mouse is tripping. So I'm going to use this other laptop so I can see if I can do it. Might not be as fast, but we're going to try to do it. Let's see. Boom. Kareem Hood, what's going on with you, man? Roll Tide to you, Kareem Hood. Hope everything going good. Roll Tide to Marquita, my neighbor. Roll Tide to you. Roll Tide to Megan. How are you, Megan? What's going on with you? Hope everything's going great. Bruce Seal, what's going on with your brother? How everything going? Wendy Six, what's going on? Tink, the homie Tink. Tink, what's up, brother? How you feeling? Hope everything going good, man. Wade's World, what's going on with you, man? Hope everything going good for you. Janet Forsyth, where are you, Janet? I just saw you. There you go, Janet. How are you, Janet? Hope everything's going good with you. Hope everything's going great. Roll Tide to you. Brian Russell, Roll Tide, my friend. How you doing, man? Stephen Angle. I got a Stephen Angie in here too? I could have sworn I seen a Stephen Angie, Angie in here too. Stephen Angle, what's up with you, my friend? How you doing? Roll Tide to you, man. You got a beautiful little one right there with you, bro. Love that profile pic, man. It's freaking awesome, man. Health and Wealth, what's up with you, man? How you feeling? How you doing? Hope everything's going good with you. Hope everything's going great. Carla Bailey, how are you, Carla? Good to see you in here, man. You, Janet, the whole team. Good to see you guys in here. What Jarvis said? I could have sworn I just seen Jarvis. Jarvis, what's up, Jarvis? What's going on, Jarvis? How you doing, homie? How you feeling? How you doing, man? Roll Tide to Jarvis, man. Wade's World is up in here, like I said. Kimberly Harmon. Hey, Kimberly, how you doing? Yeah, it's been a long one for me too, man. Long one. A lot going on, man. Thank you for tuning in, Kimberly. I really appreciate you. Thank you guys for tuning in, man. Is that the hashtag king right there? What's up, Jared? Undefeated hashtag king in the house. What's going on, Jared? Hope everything going good with you, man. I love that you tapped in with me, brother. Thank you for that, Jared. Crimson Blood is in the house. What's up, Crimson Blood 22? How you feeling, man? Hope everything going good for you. Roll Tide, man. Marvin Waffle House. What's up, bro? Nicole, Flowtown's finest up in the house. How you doing, Nicole? Hope everything going good with you, man. Everything going good. Rocket Town, what's up with you, bro? How you feeling? How you doing? Hope everything is going good with you, for real. Sean Williams is in the house. What's up, Sean? How you doing, man? Roll Tide to you, my friend. Mickey Pate is in the house. Zoltar is in the house. Roll Tide, Mickey. Roll Tide, Zoltar. What's going on with you guys, man? Coin God. What's up, Coin God? You in the green now, Coin God. Shout out to you, bro. Coin God stepping up with what's Coin God? It's good business, bro. Good business. You know what I mean? OG J Townsend's up in the house, man. How you guys doing, man? Nove J Speed 3 is back up in the house with us. What's up, Nove J? Is that everybody, I think? Dr. 334. What's up with you, my friend? Good to see you up in the house, man. Kimberly, thank you, sweet. I appreciate you. Good to see everybody up in the house, man. Ronald Krause, what's up with you, bro? Trevor Pernell, my home team. What's up with you, big homie? You all right? Hope everything going good, man. Bruce Seal, what's up with you, bro? Hope everything's going good with you. Hope you're having a great day, man. Road Warrior, what's up with you, man? Roll Tide, man. How you doing? How you doing? How you feeling? You know what I mean? Matt Farms, what's up with you, bro? What's going on, man? You in all these green? That's crazy, man. That's good stuff, man. Buck, the homie Buck in the house. What's up, Buck? What's going on with you, boy? Buck in the house. How you doing, Buck? It's good to see you, Buck. Good to see you up in the house, man. Jermaine Mims, what's up with you, Jay? How you doing, man? Glad you tapped in, man. Hey, that's good stuff, Jarvis. That's good stuff, man. Yeah, man. Got a couple topics, man. We're gonna go over, man. You know, they hating on us. You know what I started to think, Jarvis? I don't even think they hate. I think they try to coax themselves into believing that they hate. Right? It's becoming so normal now to hear the hate. I think people be lying to themselves and just trying to make themselves believe that they're hate. You know what I mean? It's crazy, man. Emmanuel 2Gs Leonard, what's up with you, bro? How you doing, man? Good to see you up in the house, Emmanuel. I appreciate you, man. John M is in the house. What's up with you, John? How you feeling, bro? Hope everything going good with you, man. Roll Tide to you. Plain Doctor, what's up with you, boy? How you feeling, man? Glad you in the house, my friend. Neil is up in the house. Roll Tide to Neil. Roll Tide to Alex Edwards. Jack Burden is up in the house. Man, we up in the house deep, man. We up in the house deep. Love you guys tapped in, man. We finna get right to it, man. We ain't wasting no time. Who we got? We got Big Homie 334 up in here, man. We got Dylan Durham up in here. Is that Coach Smook? Is that Smook I see right there? Smook, are you in here, man? You see, Smook don't never rubberneck. He come in here, he say what he got to say. Shout out to the homie Coach Smook, my insider. You know what I'm saying? If I want to know what color the tiles are in the lunchroom at Alabama, I call Coach Smook. That's just what it is, period. Because he gonna know. Trust me. You know what I mean? And I like to say for the record that I used to that Smook Scoop is absolutely the truth. That's just what it is. Shout out to the homie Coach Smook. Cynthia Middleton. What's up with you, Cynthia? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling? Hope you're doing good. Hope your day is going well. Marquita, love seeing y'all up in here, man. VS, what's up, man? What's going on with you, VS? How you feeling? How you doing, man? You know what I mean? Hey, VS, I wouldn't doubt it. You know what I mean? But we don't even care, man. Let that young man do what he do. You know what I mean? If they not wearing crimson, you know the rest. Right? OGJ Townsend. You know what I mean? Go up when you take it. Hey, man, we just trying to make it go up, man. We just trying to make it go up and trying to tap in with the undefeated. You know, it's a lot of imitations out there. I keep seeing undefeated. Oh, now y'all. No. This is the undefeated. Stop it, bro. So I think they be in here rubbernecking. That's how they know all of our secrets about the undefeated. And I think you got all these other chats in here rubbernecking. I don't even know if they hit the like. They won't say much. They in here rubbernecking right now, watching. What's up with you, man? Vanna Carter. What's up, Vanna? How you doing? Wendy 6. What's going on with you, man? How you guys feeling? How you guys doing? Shout out to the homie Coach Smook. Meryl and Coach J do an awesome job, man. I love listening to Meryl. I love listening to Coach J, Ty, Coach Smook. All these dudes do such a great job, man. You can't, I'm just trying to get in where I fit in with these guys, man. They do a great job. Hey, Health and Wealth. Yeah, they be in here rubbernecking. You know how they just want to watch, but they don't want to say nothing. They be in here rubbernecking. That's what we call it, rubbernecking. Yeah, you in here rubbernecking, watching. You watching. That's a whole fact. So, Goofball, what's up, Goofball? What's going on? Blaine blocked me because I asked, was he okay? Goofball, all right, man. Stephen Craig, what's up with you, my friend? How you guys doing? Tim Nolan, what's up, Tim? What's going on with you, homie? Hope everything going good. Hope you're having a great day, man. So check it out. This is what we got. Shout out to Damani Jackson, man. Shout out to Damani Jackson. Let me say that. What's up, Steven? I'm good, my friend. I'm good, man. Blessed and highly favored, man. Listen, Damani Jackson, man. Let me give Damani some quick love right quick because I didn't realize you got it, Goofball. You already know it, man. You already know what's going on, my friend. I didn't realize Damani's road had been as tough as it was, that I got to really reading about and seeing what happened at USC and why would this man transfer. And I really got to see the ins and outs of this man's, his journey, if you will, right? This kid was one of the most highly rated cornerbacks to come out of California in years, right? Yeah, Janet, I'm about to fill you in right now. It's kind of amazing, though, Janet, because I didn't really realize. What's up, Eddie Wesley? What's up with you, bro? How you doing, man? Damani is talented, man. He is. What you got, Dr. 334? I got you covered. Whatever you need, bro. Just put it in the chat. I got you covered, man. I'll stop the soliloquy just to answer your question if I can, Nicole Covington. What's up with you? Dare D, what's up with you? How you guys feeling? Yeah, man. Damani is a talented young man. He really is. I did not realize that in DeMoney's junior year, I read where that young man, his junior year was cut short to only 5 games because of COVID. That was the COVID year. So he only played in 5 games that year, right? Very talented young kid. Eric D, what's up, Eric D? The homie up in here, Eric D. What's up, Eric D? How you feeling, bro? Roll Tide, Eric. Jim Parker, what's up with you, man? Shout out to Eric D, man. I'm glad to see you up in here, Eric, man. For real. Yeah, man. Listen, his sophomore tape was outstanding, right? The kid was only 15 years old, right? 15 years old. You go into his junior year, they only had 5 games because of COVID, right? Okay, come back his senior year. What's up, Buck? How you doing, man? Come back his senior year, right? Check this out, though, Kareem. Check it out. Come back his senior year, and he gets hurt. He didn't tear a ligament. He tore a tendon. Yeah, Dr. 334. Okay, my fault. He tore a tendon in his knee his senior year. So think about this. Played full his sophomore. What's up, Juvie 86? What's going on with your boy? You all right? Roll Tide to you, Juvie. Glad you up in here, man. Glad you up in here, bro. The kid comes out his sophomore year and balls out, right? Balls out, right? Comes back his junior year in California, COVID year, right? Patriot Life. Hold on, stop the presses. What's up, Patriot Life, man? How you doing? How you feeling, Patriot Life, man? Roll Tide to you, my friend. Roll Tide to you. For real, for real. Playing doctor, you already know, man. Ephraim, OG Ephraim up in here. What's up, Ephraim? What's going on, bro? Glad to see y'all boys up in the chat, man. Glad to see you up in the chat. Man, Cynthia Middleton, you know I'm glad to see you up in here. Glad to see my partner Cynthia up in here, man. Roll Tide to you. So glad you guys tapping in. So glad you guys tapping in. Check this out on the money, though. I'm gonna give the money some love, and I think he watching because, you know, the money. Listen, bro, I'm gonna give your flowers tonight, brother, because the young kid come out his sophomore year, 15 years old, and balled out in California in one of the toughest A's in California, playing for an absolute outstanding program in modern day, right? Comes into junior year, only played 5 games because of COVID, right? Comes into his senior year, hurts a tendon in his knee. You know what I mean? Got to have surgery. So very, very short college, high school career from his sophomore season on down to his senior season, right? Tendon surgery, right? He goes into what's up, Chris from New Jersey? How you doing, man? Goes into USC, right? And it's crazy that when I watched the story of this kid and when I watched his games at USC, kid only played in about 45, 50 snaps or something like that. They had him doing the most awkward stuff, man. They had him playing Smoot. They had him playing this weird leverage, you know what I mean, with no safety help. Every time I watched him, he was bailing, you know what I'm saying? I never seen him play the covers whatsoever. It's just like he was just standing out there bailing, right? It wasn't even a press bail either. It was just turn and run. You know, sometimes he'd be in different coverages, but the same technique, man. It was crazy, man. It's like they just had him standing out there. It's like he would play the outside shoulder on the receiver with no inside help. Like, what are they doing? They used this kid in the most ridiculous way possible. I'm telling y'all. Obviously, no coaching whatsoever. Obviously, I think he was just a great athlete. The kid tied the California state record in the 100-meter dash with a 10.25. A 10.25, man. Shh. Cuz can run. That's an understatement, right? But they had him playing the most ridiculous coverages I've ever seen, man. Coach Mook said, that's why I said he need to be under some good coaching because he ain't had no way of aggression with the high school because of his own doing. Yeah, exactly. Coach Mook just said the truth. If you guys go watch the Oregon game or go watch the Nevada game, it's like I was like, what did they got this kid doing? Like what? You know, just what do they have? It's like they would just put him out there because he was a good athlete. They had him bailing on 3rd and 1. So I'm like, what is they doing? So I didn't understand nothing about what USC did with this kid at all, right? Big homie 334. What's up, my friend? How you doing, bro? How you doing? Yeah, he's smoking. He's big homie. He's smoking 10-5. He tied the state, and you know, California, they got some good athletes for his track and field. He tied the state record at a 10-5, man. Dude can run, and that's an understatement. So the kid gets to USC, right? He leaves high school. He's not healthy. Now in college, it took a few games before he was ready to play, right? Then some weeks passed by. He had to shut his work down again to allow some recovery time, right? He was just in limbo, a modest contributor, didn't really contribute a lot because of he wasn't healthy, right? And you know, I can imagine coming from a prestigious high school like Mater Dei, you know, you want to be out there, you want to show what you can do, but you just got to take it slow. It was a little tough on him, I can imagine. Those knee injuries usually are. And it wasn't until he's late in his freshman season last year that he began to feel like he was almost back healthy, right? Like he was just rounding out and getting into his real self. It was crazy because I read where the big difference he thought about it was on his surgically repaired knee was he didn't want to rush it. He was saying how it was difficult on him at first. And you got to trust your body. And if you ever had a knee injury, you know part of the recovery is mental. You're afraid you're gonna hurt it again. You're scared to cut. I know. You know what I'm saying? We got my girl Cynthia. Cynthia, what's up, Coach Sean? You my fave, undefeated #1. Cynthia, thank you. Roll Tide to you, my friend. Thank you for that $5 super chat. I promise you, I speak for everybody when I say thank you for that, Cynthia. We really, really, really appreciate anything you guys can do. Thank you so very much, and I appreciate that comment. It means a lot to me because you guys are all my undefeated. You guys are all my favorite. That's a whole fact in here. Thank you again, Cynthia. But yeah, man, the money tried to rush back, and he finally gained a little confidence in his knee. I read where he finally gained a little confidence, and he said his biggest problem was he had to understand that you can't out-physical everybody in college. In high school, you know, he was faster than everybody, quicker than everybody, better than everybody. So as in high school, you just can't, you can out physical everybody in high school. You can't out physical everybody in college, right? You have to actually know what you're doing out there, especially playing cornerback. There's a lot of things that go into playing corner, a lot of coverages, a lot of principles, a lot of leverages, a lot of different things. And, you know, it's just a lot of different things you have to learn playing cornerback in college. And this kid really, really, really had his share of ups and downs. I didn't realize his junior year was cut short because of COVID. I didn't realize that. I didn't realize coming into his senior year that had to be cut short because of an injury. So really, his ample playing time came when he got in college, if you want to call it that. So he's healthy now. He even admitted he didn't like the way USC was using him in their defense. So this kid is healthy now. And this kid is talented. I'm telling you guys, this kid is talented. Healthy, he is one of the best corners in the country. He's one of the best athletes in the country. Kid can absolutely play. So to have this young man healthy, you know, it is a blessing. I promise you, it is an absolute blessing. And I really think the money is going to do some great things this year. I really do. You know, 45 snaps at USC is not a lot, so it's not a lot of wear and tear on his body. This kid is big, he's long, right? He's a long strider, a state champion in the 100-meter dash. He plays through the man on the fade routes. He understands how to play the receiver. I got a lot of upside, a lot of hope for Damani. I think Damani is going to have a great season. And the number one thing is the kid is healthy, right? And Eric D said it best. Let me put Eric D's comment, it sums up what I want to say right here. He said, USC and defense don't belong in the same sentence. That's a whole fact. I watch how they play this kid, and I don't know what the hell they were doing. Just bailing every play. Like, what are they doing? It's just very strange. It's almost like high school. Like they just knew he was a great athlete, just put him out there. That's what it seems like they were doing. It was like to no avail whatsoever. So we need to get him here. He's here. The kid is healthy, and I think the money gonna have a hell of a year, bro. I really, really do. You know, you got him, you got Saab coming from Michigan, a very experienced young man, right? Man, listen. Let the haters talk because it's coming, and I'm gonna be so happy when it does. Shout out to the money, man. Glad you're doing well, young man. You at Bama now. You're not on the West Coast playing football at 11 o'clock at night till the rest of the country. It's time for you to ball, baby. And I believe you're going to do it. Shout out to Matt Farms, became a YouTube member. Matt, thank you for that, Matt. Good stuff, bro. Trying to get everybody in green. Thank you so very much, Matt, for that. We really appreciate you becoming a member. Run those emotes up if you get them. Welcome to the family, my friend. Roll Tide to you. And you are now officially a part of the undefeated. And that's a whole fact. Shout out to you, Matt. We appreciate you, man. So shout out to the money. New college football format. I was crazy shocked when I saw this. Remember, I talked to you guys last night about how they didn't know what channel they wanted to be on. All the channels were arguing about who was going to get which games, who was going to get this game, who was going to get that game, what cut, right? They had their own irons in the fire to work out. So it was still going. But I read today where these guys have settled, right, on this format. The inaugural 12-team playoff that will feature it's going to feature 5 automatic bids, right? And 7 at-large bids. So what that means is it'll probably be your 5 conference champions and probably the next 7 schools, right? And they'll be rated and classified in that order. So who gets a home game will be based off of that, highest ranked teams. So that move will guarantee access to the sport's top 5 conferences, right? It's just it's a very logical adjustment for the college football playoff based on the evolution of the sport. The CFP board of managers, I think his name was Mark Keenum. He was saying how he understood the willingness for a home game in the playoffs. Can you guys imagine a playoff game in Alabama, in Tuscaloosa, against whoever, instead of flying halfway across the country to California and all of this? You know what I mean? Thank you, Jay Townsend. Shout out to you, my friend. I appreciate you, my brother. Can you guys imagine, right, a playoff game in Tuscaloosa? Man, I'll walk to Tuscaloosa for that. I'm gonna hitchhike. I'm just gonna hitchhike. I'm there, bro. I got to be there. A playoff game in BDS? Man, come on. Somebody gonna lose their mind that night, right? So to understand this is what they're gonna do now. And they approved it. It's finalized, right? They're putting the final decisions on it. It'll still leave the door open for a non-Power 5 team to make the playoffs, right? It'll still leave that little small door open, right? Because you still got the ACC, the Big 12, the Big 10, and the SEC, right? Some of the people wanted to keep the 6-6 model, that model that they had months ago, 6-6, right? But staying with the 6-6 format and the Pac-12 is gone, it would have definitely given college football a Cinderella, right? But I think they're trying to weed that out now. I think they've had enough of the low TV ratings. I think they've had enough of, and it's going to be some smaller schools be mad. It's going to be somebody going to be upset. Somebody from Liberty or Northern Illinois or somebody going to be, or FIU going to be upset, right? And if they go undefeated, what's up, Ebony? Shout out to Ebony Carter and the Carter family, right? Young Noah, true baller. Can't wait for you to get here, homie. Somebody gonna be upset, you know what I mean? One of these little guys gonna be upset, but the money is starting to squeeze them out. The money is starting to squeeze them out. I think the only way you guys will see a smaller school really make it in this is they got to go undefeated and beat somebody, actually make it and beat somebody in the first round. I think that's the only way somebody from the Conference USA or AAC or MAC. Now the MAC got some good teams. The MAC has some very good football teams and some very good coaches, right? But look at Liberty. Liberty was great, right? They lost 45-6 to Oregon. So that sends a bad message. It just does, right? You killing everybody in your Conference USA, AAC, MAC, you know, and then you go play a top school and you get B2A, right? On national TV. Nah, people not trying to see that or hear that. So now they have the 5-7 format. 5 automatic qualifiers. 5. You know what I mean? You win your conference, you automatically go, right? And 7, not 6, but 7 of the next best teams. So Bama is going to be there. Book it. Bama is going to be there. Let the haters say what they're going to say. We are going to be there, right? And you know what I'm hoping so bad? And this may sound like some hate, and it might be a little hate, right? But I hope, I really do. I don't wish nothing bad on nobody, but I hope Ohio State don't make it. I just don't, because I just don't like what they did. I don't like what they done. I don't like how they handle their business. I hope they lose 2-3 games. It may not happen, of course, with the talent that those guys have, but I am hoping that we make it and they don't, just for some karma purposes. Just for some karma purposes, right? Now that we have the college football format in line, right? Hey, Eric D said it best. The SEC was probably going to get 3 or 4 teams. And you know what, Eric? I think that's how they want it. I think last year was a lesson, right? I think low key, Eric, that's what they want, because they know the SEC is going to bring these eyeballs, right? They know that. They know the SEC is also going to bring the Benjamins, right? So going into this first year of this playoffs, they don't want to L, right? They don't want to L. They want this thing to be as massive as they can get it, right? And it's only going to be massive if you have the Ohio States, the Alabamas, the Georgias, the Michigans, I'll even say the Oregons or Clemsons, or you need brand names to make people say, okay, I'm watching, right? Shout out to Janet. It's Marquita, Janet, everybody, Ebony. You already know everybody loves Ebony. Shout out to you. So it's gonna be crazy. 5 automatic qualifiers, guys, and 7 of the next highest teams. Man, that's gonna be crazy, right? I really believe the SEC is about to wreck shop this year. What's up, James Crick? Shout out to you, bro. Shout out to you, man. So I can't wait for it, man. I can't wait for it. Now, question. Me too, Eric D. I want to play them too, bro. I wouldn't mind playing them cats too. Coach DeBoer, pre-spring grade, right? This won't be a long segment because I'm gonna wrap it up with this. I keep hearing the haters talk about this and that and whoop-de-whoop and whoop-de-wham, but you know what? I'm starting to realize the haters understand the success that Alabama's having. I think the haters are mad because of what we're doing, right? I think Coach Smook or somebody might have ran it down, and I had it in my my topics, and they pretty much said the same thing I had wrote down. Like, I think the haters are upset because Alabama is having some success. I think they thought, okay, Coach Saban's gonna leave, that whole damn program is gonna fall apart, right? That whole program is gonna fall apart. The recruiting class is gonna fall apart. Everybody on the roster is going to transfer. No coach is going to want to go there, right? So let me tell you the good news, haters. The good news for us, bad for you, extremely bad for you. Nick Sheridan, offensive coordinator, boom. Jamarcus Shepard, co-offensive coordinator and wide receivers coach. Robert Gillespie, still on staff. Chris Kapolovic, now on staff. Offensive line coach and running backs coach from Robert Gillespie. Brian Ellis, tight ends coach. Boom. Kane Womack, DC, defensive coordinator. Freddie Roach, D-line coach, is still here. Mo Linquist, DB coach, corners, is still here, is here, right? Colin Hitchler, DB coach, safeties, is here, and he's a hell of a recruit, I might add. Jay Nunez, special teams coordinator, is here. Christian Robinson, a coach that all you other schools got in contact with, I found out. They was trying to hire him too. He's here, outside linebackers. He's here, right? Staff, dominant, right? Young, energetic guys who hungry and want to win and understand. And the most important thing, guys, happy to be here. Ecstatic and appreciative of understanding the standard of Alabama and getting the opportunity to prove it. Right? They mad about that, bro. They mad that these coaches who of high character, high ability are here, right? That's the first thing. Second thing, 8 transfers. Get this. 8 transfers, 5 of which played in some shape, form, or fashion in the national championship game. 8 transfers. A tight end, a center, a wide receiver, a safety, and a quarterback who was redshirted all came from national championship teams, whether it's Washington or Michigan. 8 transfers. 5 of them came from the national championship teams, bro, that played in the national championship. So if you don't think these kids know how to win, if you don't think they have a standard already, right, then you kidding yourself. Let the haters talk. Let them talk. Let them talk, right? Coach DeBoer not only has done well in the 2025 class, not necessarily getting commitments, but getting Alabama out there the same way Coach Saban did, right? Having Alabama on all these kids' lips, right? What's your top 3? Such and such, such and such in Alabama. What's your top 5? Such and such in Alabama, right? What's your top 2? Such and such in Alabama, right? That's 2025, right? So he's done a great job of getting these kids to understand Bama is still Bama. And finally, after Coach Saban left, it would have been easy for the 2024 class to be like, you know what? I'm out, right? And some did, right? And some did, right? But guess which one didn't? You know what I'm saying? What I consider the top receiver in this class, right? Better route runner than Cam Coleman, right? Better hands, right? And faster. See them race at the Under Armour All-Star game, right? So Ryan Williams, the Jew, the Julio Jones, for me, one of the biggest recruits that could have wrecked the whole thing. You know what he said? He came to visit Alabama. He saw what Coach DeBoer had in mind. He saw the blueprint of what these coaches were going to do, right? He laid it out to him. Even if the public didn't know, he laid it out to young Ryan. We got you an NIL package right here through the school, the way it's supposed to be done, right? And here it is right here. Here's the future for you. Guess what Ryan did? I'm going to Bama. Damn all y'all other people. I'm going to Bama. Period. It's over. It's a wrap. It's done. So all I got to say is this, bro. All I got to say is this. The media's been down on Alabama. The haters are down on Alabama. But the undefeated not down on Alabama, bro. Because I give Coach DeBoer an A plus for what he has done. Right? When you see the GOAT, who's the best coach to ever coach college football, right? The most successful coach to ever lace him up and coach college football. This man retired, and rightfully so. He deserves that. The GOAT deserves that. He deserved to be with Miss Terry on the beach, surfing and doing all the great things, playing golf with 50 Cent and Travis Parker. He deserved all of that, right? It would have been easy for everybody to turn their back on Alabama, right? Coach DeBoer not only kept the structure in place, he excelled at it. You know what I'm saying? And I hope the haters are listening. I hope so bad that they in here rubbernecking. I hope they in here rubbernecking. Not only did he excel at what he done, he far exceeded expectations. You kept the class together. You hired us some good, young, innovative coaches. You got 2025 on everybody's lips. And now we ready to get down, right? So let the haters talk, man. Let them talk. I love it personally. I'd be upset if they wasn't talking about us. Let them talk. Coach DeBoer, from us, you get an A+, man. You get an A+. That is your pre-spring grade for me. An A+. I don't know nothing else Coach DeBoer could have done, right? I don't know anything better that he could have done. Sure, some things could always be better for all of us, right? But when you look at this 2024 class and how it stayed together, when you look at the 2025 class and how Alabama's on everybody's tongue, when you look at the coaches we're bringing in, when you look at the enthusiasm, right? The fourth quarter program, which I'm going into next, when you look at what these kids are doing, they ready. They are ready. A+ for Coach DeBoer and his pre-spring grade. Gary Bama for life, $5. Coach, what's up? Seeing them young guys put that work in already got me pumped. Coach, all facts, Gary. I couldn't have said it no better. Thank you for that $5 super chat. We appreciate it as a staff, crew, Everybody, thank you. Bama Football on YouTube, thanks you so much for that $5 super chat. And Gary Bama, I couldn't have said it better. I could not have said it better, man. These kids are focused. Did you hear what Coach DeBoer said? These kids are focused, laser focused. They've heard what everybody's saying, right? We can't do this, we can't do that, right? And you better believe this. I don't care how much money the young man got, right? That's irrelevant. You know, somewhere down deep, maybe not even down deep, somewhere, Caleb Downs is like, man, I should have stayed, bro. There was my brothers over there, right? There was my brothers over there. I should have stayed, right? That kid is a high character kid. You better believe somewhere down deep right now, that little voice is telling him, you should have stayed, brother. You should have stayed, you know? Moon Rocker, what's up, my friend? How you doing? A+ for Coach DeBoer. Recruiting classes, coaches, future recruiting classes, expectations, and Bama Nation. He's passed with flying colors, man. So let them hate. Let them hate. I think they're hating because they know what's coming. They know what's coming. You know what I'm saying? Fourth quarter program. Man, listen. That fourth quarter program, I didn't know if Coach DeBoer was going to keep the format of the fourth quarter program. We all know the fourth quarter program has been an absolute staple in the history of Alabama since Coach Saban has got there. When Saban came to Alabama, he immediately began to talk about the process. I can remember. That's all he talked about, the process, as if it were some sort of long lost biblical passage or something, right? But what the process actually was, right? It was quite the mystery to Alabama, right? It really was. Nobody knew. What the hell are you talking about, the process? What are you talking about, right? So even though there's no official definition, it's clear that Coach Saban process is a team building tool that Alabama has exercised and won with for years, almost 2 decades, right? Coach Saban's version of this fourth quarter program, it was a large part of Alabama's success. It was a large part of Alabama's success. The moment freshmen walked into that room, right, that process was instilled and it became a part of their normal everyday living. As far as the football team is concerned, it was everybody's responsibility to prepare themselves mentally and physically. It is your responsibility to put the best version of you on that damn field, right? Not a lesser version of you, the best version of you, right? So when you look at these principles of the fourth quarter program, man, and you see what these kids are doing now, enter David Ballou, right? Enter the sports science aspect of it. Enter the all the different things that we're doing now that translate to today's athlete. You know, there's always been a nutrition program, right? But it's 2024 version of the nutrition program, electrolytes, all these different things these guys do, IVs and all these different things, right? The never-ending commitment, man, to excellence. That's why Alabama's different. That is the reason. Those little minor details, the details, man, the details. Remember, in those details lie truths, right? The truth is always in the details. The truth will forever be in the details. A lot of places, Lane Kiffin even said it. He said a lot of places don't do it like Alabama. They just don't. They don't have the resources. They don't have the strategies. They don't have the coaches. They don't have the want to, right? So when you look at the fourth quarter program, and they had a saying, I remember, my homeboy Josh, they say, what happened yesterday is history, right? He said, what happened yesterday is history. What happens tomorrow is a mystery. That's what they say. What happened yesterday, that's history. What happens tomorrow is a mystery. You know what I mean? You got to be better today than you was yesterday. That's just what it was. All that matters was this precious moment in time, like right now. That's what mattered. What you did yesterday, good or bad, don't even really matter, right? We need you to be the best right now, today. And that was every single day. They hold you to a standard. We hold each other to that same standard, right? So when you look at the fourth quarter program coming into 2024, I was anxious to know, was Coach DeBoer going to keep that? right? Is he going to put his own spin on it? Is he going to keep what Coach Saban done? You know, what is he going to do differently? Is it going to be as hard? Is it going to be as stringent? You know, what was he going to do different? So when you look at how these guys are working right now, when you look at and you see all those former players at Alabama cheering those kids on, man, it gave me goosebumps, man. It gave me goosebumps because the whole Amari Cooper, Trayvon Diggs, they was there. All of them, you know, rooting the kids on and showing them that this is the standard, man. You ain't, no disrespect, but you're not at Washington no more, right? This is Bama, right? Every day you got to bring it, man. Every single last day. And that's what made us different than everybody else. So the fourth quarter program, I'm so happy that it has continued to be a pillar in what makes us great. It is a pillar to build these kids' bodies up, to take this piece of clay and to mold it into a champion and to mold it into an absolute machine, right? And I want to tell you guys, I got sent some things, and I'm pretty sure you could go online somewhere maybe and find this stuff, I guess. But this was sent personally. It was a screenshot, right? This was sent straight off their wall, man. And I shouldn't say that. It was just sent. I want you guys to listen to this, what these dudes do, man. This is crazy. So they have recovery times of 20 seconds, 120 seconds, 20 seconds. Most of their exercises are 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, 20 seconds, recovery time. That means rest time, right? These dudes will sprint 5 yards back and forth. It says 2, 3, it says down and back 3 times, rest 20 seconds. Back pedal, then sprint 25 yards, down and back 2 times, rest 20 seconds. That's just the first quarter. They do this all over the quarters, right? Then they'll go to the second quarter. You know, shuffle 5 yards, down and back 3 times, 20 seconds. 5 tuck jumps, then sprint 25 yards on a tuck jump, man. I know some people can't do that 1 time, much less down and back 3 times, rest 20 seconds between each set. Down and back, rest 20 seconds, down and back, man. And they got so many things they do in each quarter, right? Third quarter, sprint, then back pedal, 5 full yards, down and back 3 times, rest 20 seconds in between. So that means you're constantly working. You're constantly working. There's no wasted motion. You're constantly moving. You're constantly working. And you may think 5 yards, that's not too bad. Listen. After you've done all these power tucks and these power jumps, 5 yards feel like 50, especially when you're doing it over and over and over again and you're only getting 20 seconds of rest. Man, and in the fourth quarter, sprint 25 yards down and back 3 times, 20 seconds in between. That's down and back, 20 seconds of rest. 25 yards, down and back, 20 seconds of rest. That is crazy. Power skip, then back pedal. Wheelbarrows, 50 yards. 50 yards on a wheelbarrow. Somebody holding your legs, you crawling. 50 yards. You get 20 seconds of rest, you got to go back. And it's constantly moving. Like they do these stations constantly. And they'll be doing this for a couple of weeks now. Man, listen, it's going to be a lot of people throwing up, boy. All them steaks and potatoes, they're going to come up at you. They're going to come up out. You can ask the coaches. You can ask Coach Smoot. You can ask Miro. You can ask Ty. You can ask Jay. All those wonderful snacks, they're going to come up out you. You know, they're going to find their way of regurgitation and purging them from your body. Voluntarily or involuntary, it's coming up out of there. So when you see these kids, the way they working, it's crazy. It's crazy, right? They're preparing themselves. They're building their bodies up. And I have none but love for them kids. Yeah, Jay Townsend. What's up, OGJ? Says Sarkisian had to get a refund on some plane tickets, Coach Sean. He thought he convinced Ryan Williams to change him. Of course, you know he did. You know Texas and some of these schools. If we can't beat them, let's just offer them, you know, Range Rovers and stuff like that, right? Shout out to Jay Townsend for that $5 super chat. Thank you, Jay. That is a whole fact. Their recruiting tool is not Alabama's recruiting tool. That's all I'll say, right? Shout out to you, Jay. That's 100% facts, man. So Coach DeBoer, A+. Fourth quarter program, still a staple in Alabama history, right? I'm really, really happy about that. I love seeing the young men out there sweating, going hard, getting ready, getting your body right. All of us, if you work out, you understand, man. Sometimes you don't feel like doing it, but when you get out there, man, you got to pull me up out the gym, right? Because you the whole time you're there, you're thinking, I'm getting better. You don't want the next man to outwork you, right? It's competition, and that competition is going to make Alabama still be Alabama, right? College football format is here. We got a chance, and shout out to Damani Jackson. You gonna have a great year, young man, right? And I can't wait to see you. Undefeated. My people, what are y'all talking about? I need to know what's going on, man. Stick John 54. What's up, Stick John? How you doing, man? Glad you up in here. So I think Caleb Down was more his parents wanted than what he wanted, Coach Sean. Maybe, man. Maybe. I just know that young kid has got great character, Stick John, and it's in the back of his mind that you left your brothers, man. You know, Terrion made that post with the slow music playing, with that sad face. You know that bothered him. That would bother anybody, right? See your brothers feeling like that. What's up, Plain Doctor? How you doing? Hope everything going good for you. So it's crazy. It's coming. Spring football is just around the corner. We'll get a bird's eye view of what's cooking in that kitchen, right? I want to see the quarterbacks, and we got the perfect amount of quarterbacks. 4 quarterbacks. Put 2 on one team, put 2 on another, and let's go. I don't need to see any walk-ons. I want to see these kids get the bulk of the snaps, right? 2 on this side, 2 on that side. Jalen Miro's the starter on one team, Ty is the starter of the other team. Dylan Lonergan and Austin will be their backups. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens, man. So I can't wait to see it, right? You'll have all these practices to find out who goes where. You'll have all these practices to see who's going to be the physical, who's going to be your starters, at least for A-Day. You'll have practices to get some physicality going. Some Oklahoma drills, you know, be a couple scuffles, you know. What is practice without a few little minor scuffles, right? And we wrap it up with A-Day. Then we go into transfer portal, right? In April, we're going to new rules coming, right? We go into a whole new era of the 12-team playoff in college football coming around this summer. So I cannot wait for it, man. What you guys saying? Cynthia Middleton, you already know all facts. IMAX 3D. IMAX says Damani Jackson gonna be coached better than he ever will. Oh, that's a whole fact. I don't know. You know what, IMAX? I don't know what I'm telling you. Just go back and watch Oregon versus USC. And make sure you do the full game. If you do the highlights, it's gonna show a bunch of offensive highlights from USC. Put full game. Watch what he was doing. They had him bailing on every play, right? Like what? Like even when they went to him, they had him bailing. They would just throw to the receiver underneath him, right? I just didn't understand why is he bailing on every play. I understand sometimes, right? They do have coverages where you do that, right? But every play, this kid was bailing, even on 1st and 10, right? They running the ball, you bailing. The dead gun receiver trying to stalk block you and you bailing. You helping him. So I just didn't understand that at all. I don't know what they were doing at USC. I tried to watch it and figure it out. It's over my head. Over my head, man. What's up, K Spray? Glad you're up in here, man. I ain't see you earlier, man. So what's up, Coach Sean? I'm late. Hey, man, it's okay, brother. Better late than never. You up in here, man. Roll Tide to you, K Spray. That's a whole fact. Glad to see you, bro. Glad to see you. Yeah, man. So I'm excited. We got our coaches on staff, and it's time now. It's time, right? And if you guys notice Undefeated, look how everybody paying attention to Bama. Like, everybody paying attention. Even Joe Klatt said it. He was like, well, everybody's eyes are on Alabama. Everybody. What else is new, right? What else is new? You know, so what else is new, man? You know? So it's okay. It's okay. Evan is still on. Ebony Carter. Let me get my girl Ebony up here. Shout out to Ebony Carter. Ebony said, but don't get it twisted. I'm gonna hire Ebony. Now you know I ain't gonna get on you about them bungles, about them Browns now. I ain't gonna be my homegirl. I ain't gonna get on you about them Browns, Ebony. I ain't even gonna get Ebony started about them Browns. She be getting me, boy. She called my Steelers the Squillers. It was so funny. It hurt my feelings so bad I had to laugh. She called the Steelers the Squillers. I don't think I've ever heard that. That was pretty good. Lynn Shannonfeld, what's up, bro? Hey, man, where you been, Lynn? Roll Tide to Lynn Shannonfeld. Good afternoon, undefeated. Chat, just getting back from Daytona 500. But we got 13 play finish. What a great deal, Zane. Great deal, Zane did great. Exactly. Shout out to Lynn Shannonfeld, Roll Tide, former baller, right? 80s when he was real. Shout out to Lynn, man. Roll Tide to you, Lynn. Hope your day is going well, my brother. Hope your day is going well. Look at the bright side, though. Spring football is almost here, right? We don't have too much longer to go. Browns, Buckeyes, and Bama. Triple B's. I can even go with the Browns, man. I respect the Browns, right? I respect Bama. I respect the Buckeyes. But, you know, the last time we faced the Buckeyes, just a few years ago in 2021, we sort of put belt ass, you know, BTA, B2A, right? Sort of beat them like they stole something, right? Sort of painted the grass red with their blood, right? Coach Saban is gracious. You know, he called the dogs off. It was 52-24, right? Mac Jones was out there laughing, clicking his heels. Devontae Smith had 250 at halftime. I mean, it wasn't even no game. It was like, who are these people? It was so funny because before the game, Ohio State was saying, we played 6 games. We deserve to be there. We're Ohio State. After the game, we only played 6 games, you know. We only played 6 games. So shout out to them, though. I feel you, though. I got respect for them. They do their thing. They're winners. I can honestly say that. Even though Michigan has had the ups on them here lately. Shout out to them, though. I respect Ohio State. Sure do. Shout out to Plain Doctor. What's up with your Plain Doctor? Yeah. James Crick. What's up, James? What'd you say? James Crick says, Coach Sean Rules. Thank you, James. Roll Tide to you, my brother. You guys rule, man. Undefeated. You guys rule, bro. I'm just here with you. I'm just here with you. You know what I mean? Ephraim. They Coach Sean, they cutting up for real. Yeah, they cutting up. Undefeated. Something serious, boy. Vanna Carter. What's up, Vanna? How you doing, man? Hope you're going good, sweetie. Hope everything going good with you. Roll Tide to you. Jack Burden. What's up, Jack? What's going on, bro? Coach Sean, what makes a good recruiter? Jack, relationships, right? How can you bond with these kids, right? Because you have to be so, and I hate to use the word chameleon because that seems like you're trying to hide something. What's the word for it? You have to be able to relate to different kind of kids and make them relate to you, right? This kid over here may come from a great family. They're not hurting for money, right? Money's not even really important. They just want to make sure their kid's okay when he leaves for college. This family over here may be in a different financial situation. They want their kid to be taken care of, but they may need a little extra to help them. They may not have gas money to be flying or plane money to be flying. Everybody different, right? Can you connect with the young kids? Can you connect with the young men and make them feel like, yeah, I want to play for him? Relationships. So what makes a good recruiter, Jack, to answer your question? Your ability to relate. You know, everybody, all the coaches in college can coach. All of them can coach. Some are better than others, right? But can you relate to these kids? Can you build a relationship with these young men to make them sustain and want to come play for you, right? But it's a catchy thing, though. It's a catchy thing right now, guys, because like Jack was asking, it's a catchy thing because even if you're a great recruiter now, right? If you're a great recruiter and you're at a place that cannot sustain you in what's important of that, like a la Boston College. I talked about this last night. You know, Jeff Haflett is a good coach, man. He's a very good young college coach, right? But he understands Boston College is going to be irrelevant in this NIL game, right? So he left and went to Green Bay. You know, these coaches are not staying at these universities. You see the guy left Georgia Southern, Georgia State. I'm saying Georgia State left Georgia State, went to South Carolina to be a tight ends coach, just like that. Now they're not even having a spring game. So the musical chairs is happening, guys. Right? The musical chairs are still there. Wade's World said, breaking news, Isaiah Bond has reportedly sent a text to Jalen Milroe. Is my locker still there? Oh, man, that's crazy. Tony Jones, Sean, don't scare anyone. Oh, no, I ain't trying to scare nobody, man. I'm just keeping it real, my brother. All I can do is tell you the truth. That's all I can do. Right? Cynthia Middleton, she's talking to Ebony. Cynthia said, at Ebony Carter, Ebony, Cynthia wants to know, is Noah excited? Is Noah excited? Because the fans are definitely excited about young Noah, right? That's a whole fact. Let's see if Ebony answers. Let's see if Ebony answers. I think she will. Ebony, college bars. Let's see. Ronald Thompson says, Coach Sean, Georgia lost 18 players and 4 coaches. Why they not? Exactly. I said the same thing, Ronald. They lost. What's up, Coach Smoot? They lost just as many players as we did, almost. Nobody's talking about it. It's because of the Coach Saban thing. That's why. You know, if Coach Saban was still here and we lost all these players, you wouldn't even hear that much about it. Not for real. What's up, Coach? How you doing, man? Oh, my bad. You still muted up.
I'm good, man. My fault.
Oh, you straight, bro. What's going on with you, man? How you feeling? How you doing? How you feeling?
I'm good, man. Good. We got some vibes going over this way. And then
yeah, man, we had a good
undefeated
talk tonight, man. Had a real good talk.
I was in there. Had to go in. I ain't gonna say what I was doing. I was acting up a little bit today.
For real.
Yeah.
You wasn't getting that nobody, was you, bro?
Yeah.
It's a yeah.
And it's the same dude. He's still talking.
Which one, bro?
Plain, bro. In the chat, he got gifted. Didn't even earn the membership. Got gifted the membership. Yeah, man. That man that got gifted a membership. Now he think he could talk crazy, man. What up, Nah Pod? What's good, famo?
Coin probably just be picking with you. He's saying.
Nah, Plain really be thinking he know football. Everybody be in the chat on his neck.
Hey, look at Jay. Jay Towns cutting up tonight.
What he
Jay
said?
Towns say, Coach Son, one thing we know, Ohio State don't mind buying recruits. Ooh,
hey,
boy, you
them
know
boys
will.
They will write a blank check for them boys, won't it?
Mark my words. If they don't win the championship, if they do well, they probably not gonna do nothing. But if they don't win a championship and mess around and lose a game or two, Ryan might be up out of there.
If they don't win their conference this year, he's gone.
Yeah, they probably gonna get him up out of there. That's a fact.
18 mil right now. What you
doing? They done brought Chip Kelly over there too, and Chip can coach some offense.
18 million though for some players.
Yeah, it's crazy, man.
Come on, man, that's crazy. Like 6 of them. Not even like a full lineup. This is just 6 players, bro.
Facts, Ronald Thompson. All facts, man. All facts. You know, and Coach Smoot can chime in on this if he like. Guys, listen. The coaches that always put those extra hours in, the coaches that are really, really hungry to prove themselves, is the coaches who've had some success and had a little bit of failure, right? Mm-hmm. Failure is what pushes you out there, man. You learn more in a football game from the losses than you do the wins. Right. The wins and that feel better. We all know that. But when you lose, bro, tell us, Smoke, you in the film room like, man, what did I do? You know, you be distraught, man. You be distraught. So the coaches that we have are young for the most part. These guys have had some success. Every last one of them. They've had a little bit of failure here and there, which is a good thing. Robert Barler came from Liberty, right? Look at him. This dude was awesome, right? So I told a quick story last night, and just to keep it real short, I played for a coach that came from Tulane. He had coached at South Carolina. He was all these Division I schools. He was accredited. He was great and all that. He came to Alabama A&M and he was lazy, bro. He was lazy. He At HBCU is smaller. You know, we hungry. You got to teach us. He was lazy. He want to be out there trying to holler. You know, he just wasn't, and he failed. Enter this young coach that didn't nobody know of from Colorado or somewhere. I forgot where he came from. He was out of shape. He was overweight.
Who you talking about?
I'm gonna tell you, listen, he came in, we always like he was quirky, right? But as the season went on, he was cool and he was one of the best outside linebackers. Even though he wasn't my personal position coach, he was one of the best. He coached outside linebackers for us. He was one of the best coaches I've ever had, and his name was Sal Sunseri.
Yeah, I figured.
It's a whole fact. And he left there and went to LSU, I believe, right after that. And so became the and after that he went to Bama. You know, so became the legend of Sal Sunseri. You know what I mean? Nice. His hair is gray now. He was black back then, but yeah, man. So don't be fooled by this little school stuff. Coach, if you can coach, you can coach, man. That's the whole thing.
To me, Sean, though, it's funny that people say that like y'all went and got all these little school coaches, but my thing is, look at what they were doing at that level. They were dominating. Right. Or at the top of their level where they were. So what's the next step? It's just like high school. It's kind of like high school coaches. Most time when they go up the next level, they don't go up to from a high school head coach position to a college head coach position. And if they do, it's a JUCO, it's a D3, NAIA type move. It's very rare you see somebody go high school head coach to college head coach. They go to a position, they go to they might get an assistant coordinator role depending on what their ties are. So I like this energy Kalen DeBoer has right now, and we keep saying it to make it plain. Like, you got to think, you got a whole defensive staff full of either head coaches or coordinators on the defensive side. Yeah. Everybody on the defensive side, minus Freddie Roach, have had play calling responsibility at some point in their career. Yep. Freddie Roach is now your assistant head coach, so he has game management. About to start gaining that experience. He gets to learn the game management role, and that's going to help him building his resume going forward. He probably won't ever be a defensive coordinator. Freddie Roach might be one of those guys that's a long-time defensive coordinator. I mean, a defensive line coach like Bo Davis, and his resume is going to be like, hey, let this guy come over here and manage as we transition. He's going to be a transition coach, and he's going to have three to 4 years to prove himself, his worth, and create some value for himself as a head coach, you know, about 6-7 years down the line. Guarantee it.
8 transfers, and 5 of them played in the national championship, man. Last question, last thing for me, Smoke. I'm gonna
That's crazy.
Juvie 86 says, Coach Sean, do you believe in Milroe grinds hard this season? Do you see him going for the Heisman? Juvie, if Jalen Milroe comes in and have just the same progression, same improvement as my man from LSU, because their first year starting stats in the SEC was very similar, right? If Jalen just have that type of improvement from one year to the next, yes, you will see him in the Heisman. That's a whole fact. I mean, for all the mistakes he made, I mean, we got to the national championship game. We had one of the worst offensive lines statistically in Bama history and made it to the national championship game, right? Mm-hmm. You clean those things up, ain't nobody standing in Bama's way.
And that's the thing, bro. We were one game away from the national championship in last year's crowded pool of talented teams, all them undefeated teams going into week 9, week 10, week 11. And we were still able to outlast all those teams and climb our way back into the playoffs amongst that talent. And a lot of those teams that were in the playoffs, look at Washington's roster, gone. Texas roster, a lot of their key players on the offensive side are gone. Yeah. A lot of their defensive guys, they not coming back. Yeah, they went to Porter. They got Isaiah Bonds, whoop-de-doo. They got Kendrick, what's his name? Amari Black, whoop-de-doo. Kendrick Blackshire's down there, which is kind of good for all those guys. To me, if you think about it, they go play in that system, man. Go be part of that culture. They match that culture more than they do this Alabama coaching. So and we want guys that want to be here at Alabama, not here for what Alabama can do for you and create your value. Like, we want guys that want to come out here and win. And Coach DeBoer is, man, I'm telling you, not just the players, the staff, man. Look at that energy Kane Womack and Jamarcus Shepard bringing in the fourth quarter program, them clips, man. I was looking at, and you was talking about it earlier. I seen Amari Cooper and
yes, sir. Trayvon Diggs.
Trayvon Diggs, bro. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And they looked like they were into it. So I could see, man, you know what? Everybody laughed at what Coach Prime did with bringing in T.O. and Cordell Stewart and all these guys, these former NFL guys. T.O. from Alabama.
Yeah.
Why is he in Colorado, in Buffalo? I mean, up there at Boulder and doing what he doing there. Like, and then you had Randy Moss come through there. You had, I mean, all the hype guys that can really come in, Chad Johnson, all these guys that can come in and really teach your guys some stuff and relate to these young players. A lot of they idols, you allow them to come to the program. A lot of these Alabama players on this roster now are fans of guys, Minka Fitzpatrick, Courtney Upshaw, Dante Hightower, Quentin Williams, all these guys that really love and still speak on Bama. What's his name? Jaron Reed. All these guys, man, they love Bama. So the fact that Kalen DeBoer is creating this environment to say, hey, come back and interact, come back and motivate these guys and remind them what you all did to create the Bama standard. Man, this is a dangerous environment to kind of pick and poke at. They say don't poke the bear, because once he wake up from that nap, once he wake up from hibernation, he's hungry. And that's when they strongest. That's when they have their most energy to hunt. And y'all are poking. Bama is a sleeping bear right now.
All facts, man. So undefeated. I love you guys, man. Smoke, my bad. I think you missed one right here. Boom. You go ahead and grab.
I was gonna hit Auntie Janet. She said, thanks for asking my reality or reach question today, Coach Smook. I caught it on replay. Much love, Coach Sean and Coach Smook. Roll MF and Tide. You already know, Auntie Janet, we always gonna show you some love. I did your reality or reach today. Oh, I did do yours. I got another one tonight.
Shout out to the undefeated, Coach Smook. They undefeated is awesome, man. You guys are awesome as always. Great chat, man. Love you guys to death. Shout out to Ebony Carter and the Carter family. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. Kim, Cynthia, all the homies in the chat. Everybody, Marvin, everybody, man. You guys are awesome. Shout out to all the coaches, Kyle, Lady T, and Coach Smook finna kill it as always, man. Holla, Miss Smook. Roll Tide to you, my friend.
Already, bro. Roll Tide, man. Yeah, hey, shouts out to my bro Sean, man, for showing up, doing what he do, man. Let me share my screen real quick, share my graphic. Let me see. Is this the right one? That's the old one. Let me get that one off of here. Make sure we got the right one. Boom. We got this right here. Don't want too much of the edge cut off, right? All right, here we go, chat. Welcome in. Y'all know what time it is, man. Y'all go ahead and start running them up. I'm gonna get right into it. Y'all know at nighttime, we don't waste no time. We get right into it. We get right into the shout outs. We get right into the love. Y'all know I love being here with y'all, man, as always. Let me make sure I get this centered better, y'all. I get some of Kyle OCD rub off on me every now and then. But yeah, y'all, what's good, everybody? Appreciate y'all for pulling up, man. Let me turn the music up. Y'all know I gotta crank it up just a little bit when I come in this mug. I gotta crank it up a little bit. Let's get it. Come on. Yeah. Come on. 320 in the chat, man. Run up the emotes right now. We got Miss Ebony that became a member. I didn't even see this. This happened yesterday. Was she in here already with the helmet? Yeah, if this is the case, then I'm happy that you part of the team. Bringing it on, bringing it in. Roll Tide, baby, let's get it. What's up, Rich B? How y'all feeling? Matt Farms in the chat, Megan in the chat, Marvin in the chat. Let's go. Janet in the chat. Let's go. Marquita in the chat. Let's go. Let's go. Mook, what's good? How you feeling, fam? Mook, how you feeling? I never seen you in here. Welcome to the chat, fam. Welcome to the chat. My God, Jack Burton. I think undefeated was on your neck too, bro. Gotta double check. We gotta validate. See, I'm the one that's gonna make sure y'all valid before I start giving y'all some love. I'm just playing. What's up, Uncle Jay? Coach Smoot, people need to understand that Georgia's dominance is over. We clipped their wings. This year is going to be different. You know what's crazy? They really didn't dominate. You know, they did their thing for 28 games. But even when they beat us to start their streak, they avoided having to see us, you know, during their streak. They started the streak with us, avoided having to see us, and then we turn around and when the next time we see them, we handle business. So Georgia really don't have nothing over us. They never was really like them. We had subpar staff, you know, like Bill O'Brien, Pete Golden. Come on, man. And we was blessed to have Bryce Young. Thank Bryce Young is what kept Coach Saban's career from taking a full downhill slope, snowball downhill slope effect type jump. So yeah, appreciate that, y'all. Marlon Humphrey tweeting that ish was the most embarrassing thing he has done. You know what, Zach? I think he gonna regret it too. I think he gonna regret it because a lot of his teammates weren't feeling that. A lot of guys that was pulling up, that played with him, they wasn't feeling that. So yeah, man, y'all right. Carla Bailey in the chat. Goofball, my guy. Yeah, man, we in here, y'all. Eric D, what's good, my boy? James Crick, what's good, man? What's good, Rich B? Everybody, man, pulling up tonight. I like it. Smoke the music. What's good? What about it? It's too loud. Did I turn it down enough for y'all? Did I turn it down enough? Rocket Town. What's good, famo? Go on and email headquarters. Yeah. Look, Ronald, what's good, famo? Bruce Watson, James Crick. If y'all notice already, I'm already I'm in the zone, so don't expect any extra stuff. King Dares with the $2 super chat. Need all the Will Johnson news possible ASAP. Oh, so rude. And thank you for the $2 super chat, but pump your brakes, bro. Calm down, bro. Calm down, Xavier. What's good, bro? Man, we need to get Xavier a membership. I like Xavier vibe. Hey, is there a way we can transfer fan funders? I'm gonna find out. I need somebody to research that. Can we transfer fan funder, like gifted fan funder memberships? I'm gonna find out. And if I can, I got somebody I'm gonna hook up ASAP. I'm gonna hook up my dude, Xavier Barker. He's solid, man. Nicole, how you doing, sis? What's good? Man, y'all know it's crazy. So I found out people from my hometown been watching, man. Shout out to everybody that's been watching from Phoenix City, Alabama, Columbus, Georgia, Montgomery, everybody that's been showing up. I wish y'all would comment so I could give y'all some personal love. It's crazy watching people pull up that watch you grow up. You got doubters that watch you, people that spoke on you when you fell, you know, and got mad because you got back up. Yo, it is fun watching those people show up and see you, you know, continuing to push. It ain't about being elevated or anything, just never quitting. That's a big thing for me. So y'all continue to push, man. Continue to support. Y'all making it happen. Y'all making your boy happy, making it easy for me to show up and do this, man. Smook, who's the new tight end we got the transfer? Yo, so last year, if you look at a lot of the plays Josh Cuervo's played in last year, a lot of snaps. He played a lot of snaps. He was, I think, the number 3, basically like your number 2, number 3 tight end. He played a lot of snaps, though. That's why I was telling y'all, be confident in this tight end room. The depth there, getting a lot of rotation, a lot of guys. And with Caleb Odom, with Caleb Odom moving to wide receiver, that tells you what they want to do. They want to have 4 solid tight ends in a rotation. Caleb Odom has that athletic ability. Y'all remember I talked about this. Caleb Odom has athletic ability and natural ball skills and receiving skills that you can't keep off the field. So you're going to have to decide quickly, do I want to try to make him put on weight, make him pick up those skills and blocking and kind of slow down his, not limit, but put a cap on his ability to be a receiver? Or do I go ahead and let him be a receiver because I just got Josh Cuervo's. Josh Cuervo's coming over was good for Caleb Odom to transition to either playing the X, Y. I think he's going to be in one of those positions. He's going to be the big Y. Maybe he might slide to, the split H, the guy that's the third guy on the slot in the 5 wide set. Kalen DeBoer likes to run a lot of 4 wide sets. He likes to run a lot of 10 personnel. So it's going to be fun to see it. And he runs 12 personnel. He'll run 11 personnel, but he'll run 10 sets, meaning he'll run like 4 wide sets with 2 tight ends on the field. So, the athleticism we have in that room allows you to be flexible. Shout out to my guy, Dave 90 with the $5 super chat. He said the vid Bama release today was fire. Coach Shep about had me running through a brick wall. Let me tell y'all seen how quick I jumped on Coach Shep bandwagon when they announced that he was coming to Bama. I'm a wide receiver guy. If I was playing wide receiver in this day and time, Coach Shepard is the first guy I'm trying to go talk to. And I've been able to talk with some current recruits that we currently have, wide receivers in the 25 class. And the first names that they mentioned It's Coach Shepard and Coach Kalen DeBoer. Coach Shep, Coach DeBoer. That's all you hear. Coach KD, Coach Shep. Like, that's all you hear with a lot of the wide receiver targets that's coming up in this 25 class. And so don't be surprised if we overhaul on wide receiver talent, because they want to rotate deep. Cohen guy, he did not play wide receiver in high school. He played tight end. He was listed as a tight end. He played a lot of slot. He got out in split sets, but he was definitely a tight end in high school. Combined as a tight end, never went to a combine as a wide receiver. So there you go again. You struck out so early. You just got to do it, right? You just have to do it, don't you? You just have to do it, don't you? Coach Smook, big fan, started watching you on the Bama Standard, and now I'm here every day. Love it here. Marquis Woods, what's good, man? I ain't seen the name in the chat. What you been lurking? You ain't got to lurk, man. We all welcome here. You know, everybody's welcome here. I've seen a lot of people come over from the channel I used to be on. There's nothing wrong with that, man. You know, hey, everybody ain't everybody cup of tea. I ain't everybody cup of tea. I don't mind. You know, it don't hurt my feelings. I'm here for who want to be here, you know, and watch your boy. That's all. That's all. Well, I appreciate you for pulling up, man. Appreciate everybody for pulling up. All the undefeated, all the regulars, people who support daily, who don't have the tag yet. I appreciate y'all, man. Where Jordan? My boy Jordan. Where my boy Jordan? SMU first team all-conference offensive tackle Marcus Bryant has entered the transfer portal. Chris Hummer and I have learned for 247 Sports possible left tackle target 6'8", 318. Woo! That's a big boy. Marcus Bryant. I have to go look at that. I'll have to go look at it. Listen, Corn God. This is why. Yeah, Kendall, we know that, man. Kendall, how you ain't got a membership? A membership. How you ain't got a membership? I'm gonna go and show y'all this real quick. Hold on. Y'all want me to just shut him up real quick? Hold on, let me just hush him up real quick. I gotta do it to him because I'm starting to feel like he really just be lost. Somebody tell me what that say. Somebody please tell me what that say. Somebody please tell me what that say. Is this not the same guy I'm talking about? Should I just walk off and leave it on the screen? I mean, I can go if you need time. If you need time to read it, you see I done took my headphones out. I can go. I'm just saying. You see this part? Let me hold up. I might need to zoom in. Hold on. Let me zoom in for my boy real quick. Here you go, Coin God, so you can see it, my boy. See, because I'm here for you. Listen, I don't know how far I need to zoom. This is plus 500. All right, can y'all see? That's probably too close. All right, can you see that? Coin God? Y'all just Coin God. You just set up there. Scroll up and look at what you said. Look at what you said. He didn't play wide receiver. He played tight end. He is listed. He played tight end. What do tight ends do? They block. They catch. Like, he never was listed as a wide receiver. So you can't say he played wide receiver. He played tight end. Come on, bro. And then you said he was listed as a tight end, like I said. And then you came behind and said he played a lot of wide receiver. He was a tight end doing what tight ends do. They catch and block. Like, he lined up on the line of scrimmage. He split. Like, he's labeled a tight end. He never camped as a wide receiver. So what are you saying? Coin God I know I'm right, Coin God. Just go to bed. If we have to sacrifice it, just go to bed when I get on, okay? Just go to bed when I get on, because this is becoming ridiculous. I'm starting to worry about you now, Coin guy. He did though, but that don't make him a wide receiver. Wade, am I right? Do that make him a wide receiver? Because when the running back goes and goes in motion and lines up as a split, does that make him a wide receiver now? No, he's still a running back. He just lined up in this like, you get what I'm saying? It's not. He's still labeled as a running back on the roster. We're talking about the fact that he's officially a wide receiver now. That's what we're talking about. And this is a conversation we had when I talked about Caleb Odom. Do you make him put on 20, 30 pounds and, or do you develop his speed? Because he's a solid 4'5" kid, right? 4'5", somewhere around there. You can get his speed up. You get him into his frame. I mean, he went from 6'2" to 6'5" from his junior year to his senior year. So you kind of expect him to be kind of clumsy. He's trying to get that coordination down. I'm excited to see him holding in those route running skills. I can't wait to see it. He do not be doing that on purpose. See, that's what a lot of people do. When they horrible trolls, they be really believing what they saying until you make it obvious that what they're saying is crazy and out of pocket. And then when you put the facts in their face, they try to play, man, I know. Nah, boy, you ain't know. You just know now because you see we on your neck. It's getting hot in the kitchen. That's all it is. Marquis Woods. Yes. My boy got a membership. Hey, appreciate you for pulling up, man, and joining the team. Marquis for becoming a fan funder, becoming a member of the team, man. Welcome, Roll Tide, man. Hopefully this means you're going to be around here more often, hanging out with the realest chat, the most hype chat, the most energized show on YouTube right now, covering Bama football. Appreciate that, man. On to the next. Yeah, let's recap the day. So we was able to talk about, y'all remember, we talked about the hires today, earlier today, gave our grades. Everybody started saying, they a little satisfied. Everybody's satisfied, right? So you look at how we solidified everything. Offensive line, tight end, linebacker coach. I'm excited. I'm excited to see how these guys are going to continue to develop their careers and create value on their resumes. Not just for themselves, but for all the players that they have. They got a lot of talent under them, and the development aspect should be like the key focus for a lot of these coaches. They got defensive play calling experience. A lot of them got head coach experience. So I'm excited to see this development. Christian Robinson is probably the one that I'm most excited about as of recent, because the more research I do and look at the type of players that he was able to have a play in and recruiting and get into Georgia, guys that he got to Ole Miss from, that he went into Alabama, the state of Alabama, and pulled to Ole Miss. I don't know if y'all remember Henry Ruggs' brother, his little brother. Y'all remember him? How highly recruited Alabama was trying to get him to come to Alabama when Ruggs was at Alabama. Go look at what Henry Ruggs' brother did when he got to Ole Miss before he kind of started having his little issues, little behavior issues or whatever he was dealing with. But another stud they was able to come into Alabama and get. He was part of their recruiting team, and it just a lot of experience. And his name is known on the recruiting trail, especially in the Southeast. You got him. You have Freddie Roach, you got Robert Gillespie. They all got ties in the Southeast. And then you go to the Midwest down in the South, like from, like your North Midwest all the way down into Texas. You got Mo Linquist. You got Scott Hishler from Wisconsin. And from right there in the center area, you're talking about a guy who has ties there, Kane Womack. He's also got his ties in the Southeast, but Kane Womack has his ties in the Midwest. Then you look at the West Coast, Kalen DeBoer and all the offensive guys he brought from that staff. You just got a diverse staff. So we graded this staff out, and I think everybody gave Kane Womack. Not Kane Womack. Everybody gave Kalen DeBoer an A for how he handled everything. But the grade for this staff, I think we were stuck in between that B+, A- range. We're ready to see what they do in spring. The spring will tell a lot. I don't think you can come into the spring being vanilla. So the spring was going to tell a lot and give us a good direction of where this program is trying to head under Coach Kalen DeBoer. Shout out to my guy, Gary Bama for life, for the $2 super chat. He said, Coach, what it do, baby? Roll Tide, man. Appreciate that $2 super chat, man. Yes. Appreciate the love, man. Leave Coin got along. He turned green today, Smook. Don't run him out. Hey, Kareem, I just want him to just, when I'm here, I don't mind him having it. When I'm here, I don't need it. You know what I'm saying? Because he just be. But anyways, Coin Guy, you my favorite. Appreciate y'all. Kim, do you feel me? The chat is mental. You trip. Oh, man. Oh, man. Let's chill, man. Leave him alone. Hey, but yeah, so the outlook on this defense, y'all, we got Keon Sapp. Yeah, Keon Sapp. Y'all know I'm excited about this pickup. We've been on him since it was rumored that he was going to enter the portal. I jumped right on top of that, used my brother Sean. We used our resources. I kind of dug a lot deeper. I gambled on a few contacts and made some contacts, and he was able, I was able to get some insight on Sab. It was good to see what learn about his family, their upbringing. Hopefully we can have him on soon in the next coming weeks. He got a lot going on, so let him what? Okay, I was like, what in the world? I thought I got some good news, but it ain't nothing. But yeah, so let's talk about this defense and what is designed. Now, Kalen DeBoer made a comment about Noah Carter, right? And this is something that I think Kane Womack echoed in so many words earlier when he made his first initial statement and what type of defense he wants to produce with this Alabama, all the talent he has available, right? And Kalen DeBoer, in so many words, was saying, a guy like one of the reporters asked about Noah Carter and where he fits on this defense, and he was talking about the opportunities that sit in front of a lot of young players. But Noah Carter was one that he's ready to see get active, get on campus, and start developing him. So, and you look at the type of players that's being recruited on the defensive side of the ball, and these are players that, all of them are in that 215 to 235, 240 range, right? A lot of the edges or fit that mold, quick first steps, explosive first steps, guys who know how to mix finesse and power rush from the edge, guys who stunt very well, who know how to keep that pad level low so they don't get held up on the pass rush. So you see a lot of athletic linebackers being recruited for Kane Womack in this defense. And like we was talking about earlier, you see a trend of just speed. Every position, minus the defensive tackles, it seems like they're going for speed, not necessarily size. And to me, that tells me that at this level at Alabama, when you could go get a 235-pound defensive end that's in the 11th grade, you can bulk that frame up to 250, 255 to play college defensive end in the SEC, right? Then you talk about other linebackers, edges, true edges like Noah Carter. They had him listed at like 220. Mom and Pop saying he up to like 230, 235. He already getting disciplined, doing his own work, talking to the staff, getting things done that like off season. So this staff is doing the small things that matter. And the defensive side is going to be so ferocious. When I say we're going to see guys flying around everywhere, this is going to be a chaotic defense, controlled chaos. That's a term we used to use in the military a lot. We like to have controlled chaos. When we breach a building or an objective, when we breach, especially enclosed places like something that has four walls, whenever we breach, man, you have to breach violently and it has to be controlled. So controlled violence is what I expect to see. That joyless murder ball noise that we was talking last year that we saw spots and bits and pieces of very sparingly, we're going to see a lot of that with this defense this year. And I'm telling you, Kane Womack is going to be dialing up pressures, and they won't be extravagant. They won't be something that clutters up the chalkboard or anything. But they will be effective because you're allowing athletes, explosive athletes, to be in one-on-ones and do what they do best. Shout out to my uncle Jay Townsend with the $5 super chat. He said, Coach Smoke, it's not good to spank other folks' kids. Put your belt up for a few minutes. Listen, Uncle Jay, appreciate the $5 super chat, but some folks don't be they don't have no home training. They children ain't got no home training. So when they come to the undefeated, we gotta raise them up in the way they should go. Train up a child. What the Bible say, Uncle Jay? Train up a child in the way they should go. Well, in the book of Bama Fandom, chapter pre-Saban, verse 6 and 17, you will see that the Bama Bible reads, do not allow naysayers and fair weather fans to overtalk the rest of the true fans, for they shall perish and they shall receive thy roasting and portions thereof. And that is the word of the day. So I hope that was able to minister to somebody's Alabama spirit, and we got deliverance. We got deliverance right there. I don't know if y'all felt that in y'all holy Bama spirit, but I felt that thing. And yeah. So yeah. Hey, Coin God, listen, Jalen Mbakwe was listed as an athlete. He just changed his classification, his position of cornerback when he signed to Bama. Okay, but you still off. You're still off. Coin got to be like 12, man. But he say he's an Alabama alum. I don't know if he's like talking about on NCAA 14 revamped or something, like he did Road to Glory and graduated from Bama and went to the league or something. I don't know. Maybe. I don't know. Can't discredit anything. You know what I'm saying? I don't go for what the man say. I don't go for what. Coach Smook, you be verbally slapping trolls into next week. I'm sorry, Mr. Renrico, $20 super chat. Appreciate that $20 super chat. I don't be trying to. I just be trying to tell the truth, man. I be trying to tell the truth. I try to keep it real. You know what I'm saying? I be trying to keep it real. I don't know everything, but what I do know, I know. You know what I'm saying? I know. And I just be trying to let folks know, and folks don't be wanting to know. You got to learn them something sometimes. But appreciate that $20 super chat. Hey, but yeah, so this heat check defense. Scroll over into number 3, the number 3 topic, and then we go get into the hot stuff that we like get into, reality or reach and undefeated chat talk. So heat check defense. Now, this is something that everybody is concerned about, and you have a right to be. I'm not going to sit here and sunshine pump. I never do that. I always try to look at the positives, but we're also realistic here. Now, something that is widely believed and I say about 60% true is that the 4-2-5, depending on personnel, is susceptible to the run game, and particularly like inside misdirection, inside in between the tackles misdirection, a lot of blast or dive looks when you're pulling and double fitting or double stack, you're double teaming gaps to clear gaps, right? You're forcing the defense to choose a side of a wall, and that's where you get this 4-2-5 caught up. But what gets this what gets this defense in position to combat that and be effective is when you have a play calling style, what Kane Womack does. And we didn't do chalk talk tonight because I want to go through and do like 6 or 7 ways tomorrow. We'll try to do it tomorrow. 6 or 7 ways that you'll see not the whole defense, but your 6 in the box, your 7 in the box. How you're going to see us kind of defend the run game with the heat checks. And when I say heat checks, I'm talking about aggressive run blitz calling. Last year, South Alabama was number 7 in the nation for percentages of run blitz calls on their defensive play calls. They were number 7 in the nation. They were number 26 overall rated statistically. Now people say, well, they didn't play nobody. Well, 3 of the offenses that they played were in the top 50. Guess who else played 3 top 50 offenses last year, or played less than 3? As a matter of fact, Michigan. And these guys, they were in the top 50 with less talent than what Michigan had. So it's about coaching, it's about schematics and understanding the personnel you have available. This heat check style defense is going to be dangerous. You want me to tell you why? Because not only are you going to just allow the guys up front, your 3, your 4-man true D-line rotation up front that you're going to see, the 4 front or the 3-man front the true D-line front, meaning 4 defensive linemen, 2 DNs, 2 D tackles, or 2 D tackles, 1 true end. You're going to see a lot of those mix-ups because you're going to have an edge rusher, a true edge on the field at all times. So you start seeing those personnel mix-ups, you're going to see how deep we rotate. 8, maybe 9 players are going to rotate every game in the defensive front. They're going to keep fresh legs because every play there's going to be some type of crash, some type of stunt, some type of twist, some type of front exotic look is going to happen every play. And that's what I call heat checks, because sometimes when you do that, you get started early with it. You have the advantage early. But good coaches, which we will see some in this league, in the SEC and in some of our early games. USF has a good coaching staff. Wisconsin, before some of their exes, they had a solid staff. I'm curious to see what they return. But before Georgia game, we will see people that show that they can adjust with their protections. And we're going to have to see if this heat check style is going to last in this league. We'll get away with it the first 6 weeks. I'm curious to see what happens when we get into gauntlet play. Get what I'm saying? I'm ready to see what happens when we get into it. So that heat check defense, meaning I'm sending pressure. If there's a 9-play drive, we just sent pressure on 7 of those plays, like design pressures, not no extended he rolling out. Now I'm crashing. No, we're sending pressure. There's going to be 4 guys attacking a quarterback every play, unless you got third and passing, extra passing, third and plus 20, third and plus 15, something like that. So I can't wait to see it. I mean, it's just exciting to watch. That's why it was fun to watch Georgia up until last year. Georgia sent so many front pressures, box pressures. That's why they were effective. That's why they were dominant. They masked a lot of their secondary flaws because they knew how to get to the quarterback. The gap scheme concept is something that Kirby Smart kind of adopted, but he doesn't use it the same way that Coach Saban uses it. That's why you saw a change in production when Kirby Smart left, right? Kirby Smart added his own little tweaks to his play calling style while he was under Saban. And Saban just became used to it. And it was something that he did. But when you got coordinators coming under you that don't understand that style and can't teach it effectively, you can't do that. So had to change it up. And I think that's why you saw a drop off with inside linebacker production, for a few years once Coach Saban left. That's why you saw him hit and miss on the edges, right? You saw guys like Dallas Turner and Braswell last year get dropped into coverage a lot because there was no aggressive style of play calling. You didn't allow your DBs or your secondary to be athletes and cover guys, right? You didn't simplify enough, but Kane Womack is going to do that. He's going to heat check. He's going to always let his athletes be athletes. And that's what I'm excited to see. So say what you want. 4-5, yes, it can be, but this ain't no Rudy Poo talent group of guys we got coming together. These are high quality talented guys. Let's just imagine this. Let's think about some of the guys we got on the defensive side. Let's start with the front line. You got Jaheim Otis, Tim Keenan. Let's say Keon Keeley and Robinson is your front 4. You're starting 4 in that 4-2-5, right? Now let's do this. Let's turn on their high school senior highlight films at each position. Mind you, I put them all in their natural positions of where they got recruited at. Let's turn on their film and let's imagine their highlights being displayed 85, 90% of the snaps that they're on the field, right? You're going to see that 20 to 30 times a game from that first group. But then you got guys behind them like Quay Russaw, Jordan Renard, Ja Latham, Curtis Perry, James Smith. Who else is on that? Edric Hill. You got guys like them. Turn on their highlight film from their senior year, and then imagine them being able to do that style of rushing and attacking the quarterback and diagnosing the run. That style for all 15 snaps that they on the field. Not gap contain, not doing all this contain, trying to keep the quarterback from getting outside because all of your pressures are going to have that, schemed up in it. But actually pressing the quarterback, not trying to hold a 300-pounder up and cover 2 gaps. Imagine 85, 90% of your snaps as the second guy on the field. It's just, hey, I get to go out there and get the quarterback. Boom. This my assignment. Boom. That's how you get effective with your depth. You get what I'm saying? Sometimes too much is like it'll slow you down. It looks good on film when guys are moving pre-snap on the defensive side, but you know what looks better? When a guy's aligned right and he has the right leverage based off alignment, and he doesn't have to move much to pick off you can have a boundary corner playing in between 2 routes because you have him aligned right. Disguising if it's match zone or true zone or lock man, soft man, lock, like these are the type of calls we're going to see. And somebody like Damani Jackson is going to benefit from it. Somebody like Xavier Mincy, somebody like Xavier Brown, Jalen Mbakwe, if he starts to get those reps as a dime corner, like those guys are going to benefit from those styles of play calling. They're going to, you won't see a lot of flaws. They'll have time to grow and progress with the speed of the game. And it's all going to start in the box. So I'm excited to see that, y'all. Heat check defense should be good. Heat check defense should be good. Let me jump in the chat and see what y'all was talking about. What Coin guy talking about? Oh man, y'all still get this man energy, y'all. Lord Jesus, I'm really. Oh man, yeah, Coin guy, I think you more hilarious than anything. And then Plain be trying to come in with these lame jokes, like you know what? And this is on some real stuff. Like for a second, any man that gotta like go overboard to try to like roast a female, you know, and the only shot they could take at him is like body shaming. That's bad, man. That's bad. That's weak. You don't get no respect from me. You don't get no respect from me. That's just me, chat. I'm just saying. I like trolls. I like roast sessions and all that. But yeah, I like it. I like it. Hey, Coin God, watch this. Sick of him. Ooh. Plain is a bot too, yeah. He definitely a bot. Smook look like he been ringing potato chips all day. Ringing up potato chips all day. What are you saying? You saying I look like I got a job? Unlike you? Is that what we doing? Is that what you saying? You looking like you trying to tell me I look employed? Is that what you trying to tell me? For that horrible joke, you go to timeout too. For that horrible joke, you go to timeout too. I'm putting horrible trolls in timeout. Kareem, I'm putting horrible trolls in timeout tonight, man. Like they keep trying to come for my sis, man, and I don't like that. I look employed. That's what he was saying. He said I look like I've been ringing up potato chips all day. Are you trying to say I look employed? Nah, he ain't log out. I had to put him in timeout. I just come better, please. Coin God, I know you're on timeout. Just listen for a second. Come better. Try harder. Plain. Try harder, please. Or if you're trying hard, don't try as hard. It's not working. I'm sorry. Reality or reach. We got 2 reality or reaches, y'all. We're gonna jump into it. Who back there moving my screen? Is that Taylor? Oh, that's back. That's old. All right, we got 2 reality reaches. This is funny because this is something that I want to talk about now that Caleb Odom has went from being labeled as tight end to actually being true wide receiver now. You know what I'm saying? Pushing him out to the perimeter. I think what did Nicole say? Yes, it's bad, sis. It's bad. It's bad out here. But yeah, so reality or reach. Let's jump into it. Listen, I want everybody to participate on this. So let's get out. Let's leave the trolls. Let them have a minute to enjoy themselves. But let's talk about this reality reach. This is a good one. The fact that Caleb Odom has been listed as a wide receiver, this is a good one. So check this out. This one's from my guy Gary, and we got 2 of them tonight. Dwight sent one in too. Shout out to both Gary, Bama for life, and shout out to Dwight Pruitt. We appreciate y'all for participating and contributing to today's segment, Reality Reach, brought to you by the Undefeated. Listen, my guy said he ran across this coach and thought this would be a good one, and they didn't even add Caleb Odom. So he must have sent this without knowing the news of Caleb Odom going to wide receiver. Reality or reach. We have a tight end with over 800 receiving yards this year. And the tight end group consists of CJ Dupree, Robbie Oots, Danny Lewis, Ty Lockwood, newly transferred Josh Cuevas. I think Cuevas is a sophomore, or is he going to be a junior next year? Somebody undefeated fact check that for me. And then young Jay Lindsey, somebody I'm very excited about. I think Odom going to wide receiver opened up a lot of more opportunity for him to get on the field and display his ability. I think the coaching staff sees a lot of value in him. So 800 yards for tight end. Somebody talk to me. We got reach. We got right here. This is the first one. Noah says that's a reach. 800 yards. I'm gonna talk about it. Marvin, he said reality. Dylan Durham says reach. Jared, let me stop 3-4. Oh man. Reach. Wade said reach. George says reach 780. You couldn't give him 20 more yards, whoever you. Joy, you a fool, man. Stephen Angle says reach. I don't know. I'm kind of in the middle. Y'all know what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna explain both sides and give y'all my final. Kimberly Harmon says reach. Janet says reality. Brian Russell says reach. My guy, my sis Alexa says, she ain't answer. I thought she was answering. Marquita says reach. Jay says reach. Goofball says reality. K Spray says reach. Reese says it's a reach. Reality right here. I ain't trying to get you on there. Reality. Who else? Let me see. Saki says reality. Matt Farms, you stuck in the middle. Like, I'm gonna tell y'all what King Darius says reach. It's a tough one. Reach, reality, reach. Okay. So I'm gonna crunch some blood. I got to get you on there. Reach. Larry Lars says reach. Okay, this is what I was about to get to, Larry. So I was gonna lead off with this. I think, okay, this is how it could be a reality, and this is how it could be a reach. What y'all want, reach or reality? I'll do reach first since I see more reaches. Just off top of my head. It's a reach because you have so much talent in this room, and the way that Kalen DeBoer, he's going to rotate guys. If Jalen Merrill struggles to see the tight end in this style of offense, but still has success getting it out to the perimeter, hitting the deep shots, hitting the intermediates, we won't have a tight end get enough targets to get 800 yards. We won't have one tight end. It'll be a lot of guys spread out, 2 or 3 receptions a game, 40 yards here, 60 yards there. And you get 10 games of that from 1 or 2 tight ends. It puts your numbers right at the 550 to 650 mark, right? For 1 or 2 guys. And then your other guys, which are not bad numbers for tight ends for this style of offense that's going to, most of their passing schematics are going to be targeted to the perimeter. We already said this. This is a second level middle attacking offense. They don't try to get a lot of underneath stuff. They don't attack a lot of underneath with meshes. They try to use meshes to open up the overs, right? The crossers, the deep crossers, the post, the cop routes, the special K concepts when you have duels. They try to use the underneath to take safety attention off of those perimeter routes and create space like that. So your tight ends are involved in that. They're big targets. They're easy to be seen when they're crossing the middle of your formation, right? And a lot of times free safeties, strong safeties, linebackers in the middle of the field, their eyes automatically go to the big body that's crossing because they're usually sitting in open space in this style of offense. So because of that, it's going to suck in a lot of looks and open up the big plays that we're looking for. That's the way this is schemed up. And a lot of times the tight ends are going to be beneficiaries for the checkdowns. A lot of times they're going to be the quick reads, the hot reads, and you're not going to be able to send a lot of pressure in this style against this style of play calling. So for that reason, I would say it's a reach. Now, it could be a reality because you might have something like where CJ Dupree, every time he catches the ball, it's a 24-yard catch. It's some big play because it's just how it is. So if he's getting 4 or 5, 15-plus yard catches a game, 5 15-plus yard catches a game or averaging, he can, 10 games in the season, he can hit 800. That could happen for Danny Lewis. I think Danny Lewis is probably, now that Caleb Odom has moved to wide receiver, Danny Lewis is probably the most diverse tight end right now. He's the biggest and probably the most diverse when it comes to his receiving ability, being able to block and get in the pass game and be effective. So, and Jay Lindsey, because of his youth, I think he's going to come along and progress fast. He's going to progress fast. You got a guy like the similar playing style with what Josh Quay was. Jay Lindsey's just a lot more athletic, and Jay Lindsey is another Robbie Ouz. These are guys that can get on the basketball court and play power forward. You get what I'm saying? They could be small power forwards. You know, guys like Draymond Green, athletic guys on the court. They can move. They don't move like big guys, but they got big frames. So yeah, I'm excited to see that. So reality reach, I'm gonna side with reach though. I think this is going to be a very spread out receiving by committee with the tight end room. I don't think there's going to be one guy that you highlight. Let's get to the other reality reach by my boy Dwight Pruitt, and this is one that everybody's going to debate on. I'm not going to sunshine pump this. I'm just going to be realistic. Dwight Pruitt said, reality or reach, right? Coach KD will win Coach of the Year. Reality or reach? Come on, y'all. Well, my boy Dwight, he in the chat right now. If Dwight in the chat, hey, shout out to who gave me that first one again? Gary. Shout out to Gary. If Gary in the chat, comment for me real quick. Somebody said reach. Reach Coach of the Year. We got a reality from Alexa. Nicole said reality. I'm feeling it. Sakib said reach. Reality. Kareem says reality. Wait, I mean, I have my concerns too. That's why I'm excited to see what happens. He got 1 week in spring to really seize the momentum. If he don't, it's an open competition. And Ty Simpson, I don't think Ty Simpson going to let it go this year. I don't think it's going to get past him this year. If he doesn't get like blown away early in the first scrimmage, I think he is going to have a real opportunity to start. And I'm not mad with either one of them starting. Whoever develops the best, whoever grasps this concept the best, that's who I want started. Reach, they hate Bama. Yeah, I feel you. Reality. Smoot. Still saying my whole, oh, my fault. My fault, Dwight. Look, you know what's crazy? It's kind of, I was saying your last name before I even knew it. Like, when you had it on here, I used to I'd be like, Dwight, you ain't never noticed that? I don't know how, do we know each other, Dwight? We went to school together. Because I've been calling you by your name, Dwight Pruitt, since I seen you in the chat. I swear. I don't know. My boy said he's stuck in the middle. K-Spray, good to see you. Dwight says reach, though. He brought it up, and he says it's a reach. Y'all know what I'm going to do. I'm going to give both sides. Marquita says reality. Goofball says reality. Ronald says reality. Marvin says reality. Carlos says reality. Gary, you can't say maybe. Pick a side. Ways World says, thank you, Smook. Miro needs to come out of the gate on fire if he wants to secure. That I've been saying that, y'all. Y'all know I'm rooting for him, but that don't. I'm his biggest critic. Same thing with Damani Jackson. I'm rooting for him, but I'm gonna be his biggest critic. I was the same way with Jermaine Burton the year before he went off last year. His first year at Bama, I was the same way because I saw the type of talent he had, and then the production he put on the field that first year, all them drop passes, all them mental lapses, personal fouls and stuff. Like, nah, he came back that second year and just ate. Y'all seen what he did last year? Improved his draft stock. He gonna be a solid day 2 guy if he don't sneak into the first round. And that's solid for Jermaine Burton, honestly. You look at his career, how it progressed, that's solid for him. It's a tough one. So here goes my take on it. I'm gonna give y'all this, and then we're gonna go ahead and end it for tonight. We're gonna talk about our fan funder and all that stuff. So Coach KD will win Coach of the Year. Now, that's an open-ended question to me because one, you ever been on Clubhouse? No, I haven't. What is that? I'm gonna get back to that. We're gonna do that when we're gonna talk about Clubhouse when we get to chat. Oh, you know what? I think I have. That's when people open them. Yeah, that was that weird. Yeah, about right after COVID, right? Yeah, I was on there. But yeah, listen. So this is what I think. And wait, it's not that he has more zip. It's just he has more of your traditional quarterback motion. He's a quarterback. He was coached by a quarterback coach. He's a coach's son. I mean, they do the training. His brother is just as good. I hope y'all have been watching. If we could start, I don't know if we're on his brother, but he can be a guy that may come in and do something. But yeah, so I'm gonna say this: Coach KD will be deserving of the award, but because of what he has in the stable, I don't think you give it to him. This isn't a coach that has to go and develop a lot of talent. He has the probably number 3 most talented roster, number 4 most talented roster in the nation right now. So I don't expect there to be any stumbling or anything. Like, call me crazy, but when you come in and do what you're supposed to do, then you don't deserve the extra. I mean, now let him win a national championship this year and turn around next year and be in the runnings again. Like, when it's time for the awards to come out and he's in the playoffs, let him win the SEC this year, national championship this year, or be in the game, then turn around next year, win the SEC again and win the national championship. That'll be 3 years in a row that he's been to the national championship. That'll be 3 years in a row that he's won his conference that he's been a part of. That'll be 3 years in a row that he's been in the running for the playoffs. 2 out of the 3 where he's actually made it. So yes, he will be deserving of it, and yes, he will win it. Not this year, but next year. So that's just my take on it. So for that reason, I'm gonna say reach. That's the only reason I'm gonna say reach. That's the only reach. Yeah. Kimberly in the chat. Kimberly, you going to bed? Good night, baby. Look, we getting up out of here, y'all. We about to crank it up. We about to do a little chat talk, and then we're going to get up out of here. So who left, man? Who left? We got 261 left in the chat. Man, that's crazy. We was at like 215 when I got in here. So the numbers came back up. Coach Sean was at like 285. I think the peak we had for this segment was around 287, 285, something like that. Appreciate y'all for getting the word out. Remember, y'all, we have an opportunity to hit some numbers the rest of this month. And I want you all to try to help us reach these goals. And all it requires is not necessarily gifting memberships or anything of that nature. All it requires is just sharing the stream. Whenever a new segment starts, take a second to share it to Twitter. The title tells it all. You know, the title of the stream tells it all. Not going to be hard to describe what it is. People are starting to know what Bama football on YouTube is about. Shouts out to everybody that's been kind of lurking and showing love on the outside. You know, out of respect for your platforms and what you do, I won't put no names on it, but we here at Bama Football on YouTube, we're not shy about, you know, showing love to other people's content. It is what it is. We want to be for everybody, but we're not. It's just the cold hard facts of it. You're for who you are. You know what I'm saying? You get what I'm saying? Do that make sense? You're for who you are for? I guess I could put 4 at the end of that. So yeah, shout out to Auntie Janet. She said, tomorrow is my birthday and my anniversary. Coach Smoot, you won't forget to shout out your Auntie Janet, will you, nephew? Auntie Janet, first of all, thank you for the $20 super chat. Second of all, I ain't gonna forget. As a matter of fact, when I get on, happy. See, I ain't gonna do it. See, Auntie, tell your husband don't get jealous when I start singing that. You know what I'm saying? That happy birthday to you. Tell him don't get jealous. I'm just showing my auntie some love. You know what I'm saying? Working the little vocal cords on her. You know what I'm saying? Stop, Smoot. Stop. Bad Smoot. You know what I'm saying? Don't get me acting up. Don't get me acting up. Yeah, man. I appreciate y'all for showing love. Shout out to my guy, Sabib. Thank you, Coach, for saying my name. Sakib. I said Sabib. See? And then, Sakib, listen. You see me, you heard me say it earlier, right? You heard me say it right. So don't punish, don't be mad. Don't not be my friend for messing it up, okay? We cool, bro. Sakib, I bet you drive a Tesla, don't you? Look at Sakib picture, y'all. He look like he got one of them new Teslas. He probably live in the metro area because he got to plug his car in. Sakib, your Tesla got a drop top, don't it? Appreciate that $2 super chat, my boy. Auntie Janet always showing love, y'all. Auntie, I be having y'all act up, man. I'm telling you, that boy got a Tesla. Sakib, you got a Tesla, don't you? I bet he got a Tesla. Sakib, you got a Tesla? Not on 24s. Nah, he look like he know how to spend some money. Look, that's why he laughing. He know I'm telling the truth. He know I'm telling the truth. Xavier, I could judge by some doggone profile pictures. You know what Wade is? Wade is the hype man of the century. I guarantee you. He be holding it down, chilling in the chat. He say something every now and then. He get it crunk up, and then he sit back and watch it all come. But in real life, that boy Wade, karaoke night. If I'm able to do some events for Bama football on YouTube, and we get to the level where we hosting big time events in the area, we streaming it live type stuff, y'all. Karaoke night, we getting Wade's World on we getting him on the DJ mic. We gonna have him being like the MC of the night. And see, playing, that's the type of stuff that get you, like, that's the type of stuff that get you booted, man. Like, you be borderline racial with some of the stuff you be saying, man. Yeah, we can't tolerate that, man. We can't tolerate that. Body shaming, slick racial slurs. Come on, Plain. Do better, bruh. Do better, bruh. Come on. I ain't gonna trip tonight because he might not take offense to it, but I could see the slight stuff you doing, bro. I don't like it, me personally. You know, I got some of them friends, man, and they please, Smook, I'm a professional MC team. And wait, have we talked offline, my boy? Have we talked offline? I'm telling y'all, I be reading people. Like Plain, I told y'all that boy Ashley's was that boy lips was ashy than a mug. He talking about why I'm looking at close. You ain't gotta look close to see that. If that's you, boy, that boy need lard for them lips, boy. I mean, Tesla don't suck. Now you can't be going to get no base model Tesla the white. You gotta go in debt. You gotta go in debt for them Teslas. You gotta go spend the grip for the good ones. Don't be getting them base model ones just trying to look good on the outside and you ain't got the inside stuff together. Oh, Nicole, they bad, sis. Demetrius, my big brother, is in the chat. What's good, man? My boy said he back. Welcome back, Demetrius. You and my sister, man. We've been missing y'all in here, man. We've been missing y'all. I know y'all busy. Y'all, now the Maynards, I'm gonna tell y'all, this is a power couple in the community, especially in the African American community. I'm telling y'all, I did my research. My big brother, they've been busy. He's gonna be coming on as like a mentor, very positive guy. I don't know if he want me to do this, but if y'all can get in contact with him and get some like pointers and tips on life and business, that's a good family, a good role model to have. And I don't think he has no crazy mentorship program or anything, but he should. I think Demetrius and his wife could really help a lot of us up and coming. Some of us adults that's getting, we're adulting now. Some of us I got started late, y'all. I don't know about y'all. I didn't make all the right decisions. I got married at 18 and that kind of threw me off. So a guy like Demetrius is a positive support system, you know what I'm saying, behind me, and I appreciate him for real. A lot of you all are. Juvie86, my boy, he said he gifted. Oh, Juvie, you know what? Make sure you gifting this to good people like Piano Man 61, my guy Wendell. Make sure you gifting it to good people like my guy Wendell. Appreciate that gifted super membership though, Juvie86. Much love. Roll Tide, man. What's Sakib got? What's Sakib got? What's Sakib got? Sakib, what kind of car you got? You like muscle cars? Okay. You just look like a Tesla driver, man. You want a box Chevy, Ebony? Juvie86 said, Roll Tide, Coach Smoot. Appreciate that $2 super chat. You want a box Chevy? Ebony, what you know about a box Chevy? You from Arizona. Well, you from Ohio. Y'all know about the box cars. Y'all know about the old schools up there in Ohio. Yeah, no control over gifts, man. That's the bad thing about it. My guy, Uncle Jay. Now, see, I've been able to talk to Uncle Jay offline, and he has like, I'm talking about, y'all know Uncle Jay OG, right? So Uncle Jay done drove some of the classics. They own some of the classics. He said, Moonrock, I used to have to own an S-Class, blah, blah. I actually own 3 Benzes in it. That's what I'm saying. And he be trying to convince us he ain't rich. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. Hubby got an F-250. Y'all, I want to get me another Dodge Ram. I'm a Dodge guy. What you drive, Smoot? What you drive, Demetrius? Let me look. So first, you answer this question, Demetrius. What type of church you go to? That's gonna tell me a lot. What type of church? Non-denominational, Baptist, Kojic, Pentecostal? What type of church you go to, Demetrius? If you don't mind revealing it to everybody, and then I'll be able to tell you. The White P, you drive a Lexus? I was gonna say like upscale Malibu. Chevrolet, like the new Impalas and stuff, the 23s and the 22s, the new Jettas. Like, y'all, have y'all paid attention to how luxury all of okay, so y'all remember when Nissan Altimas and Sentras were base model cars, and like they just had the basic stuff. They look real good on the outside, but had the basic stuff on the inside. Now the basic model stuff looks good and luxury on the inside. Like, it's crazy. Y'all remember base model cars was like 9,000. 11,000 like 10 years ago. Now base model cars are 24,000, 27,000. You was married to a South Boy. Oh yeah, I forgot. Will from Florida. That's all they drive. Them big old box Chevys. Yeah, I was about to say this, Matt. Demetrius, like, he might be a Lincoln Navigator or Cadillac Escalade type, or he might be like my pops and my mom's. My dad got his he got a 2022 LTZ nice stack truck, right? It's chromed out on the rims, chromed out. He real OCD, so his car still smell like he just got it yesterday, and he been driving it for 2 years now. So yeah. But then my mom, she has like her luxury. She got a 750 Li. I want to say it's a 2021 BMW 750 Li. Nice luxury car. And then they have, my dad still got his 02 Escalade. That thing run better than a lot of the newer Escalades out here. He's like, cause he's real OCD and very particular about keeping his cars up. What else they got on the yard? I think they still got they still got the Nissan out there in the back. Do they got the Envoy out there anymore? I don't know. They got my dad. He don't believe in getting rid of cars. So Demetrius texted to me. He said he gonna text it to me. Yeah, man. Pentecostal Apostolic. Hey, Smook, I'm going to send it to you. Okay. Won't lie. Best car I've ever drove was a Buick Regal. The best cars until recently, I want to say until like 2019, 2018, was anything GMC Chevrolet family. Those were the best cars. I'm talking about engine build, and then Dodge kind of changed the game. If you like power, you like torque. Dodge started changing the game for me. Talking about American made. Yeah, I love it. I drive an RX-7 2-seater. Fast and the Furious face. Look, go ahead, Ronald. I can't rock with you, Ronald. You be trying to drift and stuff, don't it? I can't do that. I like to drive fast. See, now back when I was in my car club days, I used to do burnouts in my truck. We had burnout tires. Used to smoke folks out, you know what I'm saying? Do those to get it, have them on the back of the truck, pushing it side to side, creating all the big old smoke clouds and stuff. I used to do that in my Dodge, my 07 Ram 1500. I had them all stacked, chromed out. That bad boy had a nice little dark plum color. It looked real black cherry at night. Oh my God, it was nasty. Tinted. 1964 Impala was 3,500 new. Where did you get that at, bro? Where did you get that? You know what? If I ever meet you, I might try to, once I get my money up, I might have to come and buy that. Marv, you got your Jeep on 37s, so you like go mudding and stuff, Marv. You like to go mudding and stuff, Marv? You drive a 60-seater? Somebody said I drive. Hey, why you playing? I need a 60-seater, all these kids I got. I need a 60-seater, all these kids I got, man. Yeah. But yeah, chat, this gonna be it for tonight, man. I'm gonna end it on this note. And y'all, I want y'all to continue to support the channel. We got the fan funder graphic up. Don't forget to become a fan funder. Hit that hyperlink at the top of the chat. If you can't see the hyperlink and you're on your computer, hit the money sign. It'll take you to the link. You can become a member just like Jarvis became a new member. Welcome back, Jarvis. My boy Jarvis Mitchell just became a member again. Appreciate you, my guy. Welcome back to the team. We know you had to take a little break. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie. I don't let them automatic renew my needs, bro. I like to see when it's time to charge so I can make sure that's all that's being charged. I feel you. I would recommend everybody doing that. I don't recommend anybody putting their actual bank card on any of these sites when you're subscribing to these channels and stuff. Get you a different account where you can regulate what money goes in there. Make sure it's not attached to other accounts. Because these networks and platforms don't care. We want people to subscribe and they know that they subscribing on this channel. You know what I'm saying? We want you to appreciate what you put your money into. And so, yeah, we're going to encourage that. But yeah, when you become a member, a fan funder, you get access to the exclusive videos, the exclusive emotes. Y'all run the emotes up in the chat for your boy. Odom switching to wide receiver. Yeah, Caleb, we just got done talking about that. Yeah, man. Hey, and then you also fund the team. You fund the team. You pay us. This is free to watch. It's not free to operate. So every time you donate, yeah, no one guess what you ride. You ain't texted to me either yet. Oh, I just got it. You know what? I did say this though. I said BMW. I said BMW. Big bro. I did say BMW. Come on now. Nah, it's a BMW, y'all. Oh, dang, I forgot. Y'all didn't answer it right. But I did say BMW. I knew y'all had something luxury. Y'all, you and sis look like y'all are Saturday drivers. Get up, leave everybody where they at, and just go get ice cream. No plans. They go get a hotel room, go to Walmart or wherever, buy some outfits, and just spend the day at the hotel. Probably don't even spend the night. Just go get a hotel room just to be out away from they nice size mansion that they got, right? Get a hotel and just enjoy themselves. Watch a couple shows, look at people, joke on people at restaurants, and then go back home after paying for a room. That's the type of stuff the mainers do. that ain't wasted, man. When you work hard to live like that, you can do stuff like that. You ain't wasting no money. You enjoying life, man. Me and my wife, man. All right, so this is something, and I'm gonna get up out of here. Y'all know Coach Smook always got to have story time. This is something me and my wife used to do, right? Instead of trying to go and spend thousands of dollars on a trip, rushing and, being out of town, not really knowing if it wasn't planned out months ahead, we would do small things. We would go. There was a nice hotel in Phoenix, in Columbus, and nice. People go there like they come from Atlanta, go down there, and so me and my wife would go for special occasions or whatever. If we wanted to do something together, we wanted time away from the kids. We didn't just get rid of them and let them go, to a babysitter or with their aunts or uncles, whatever. We would go and get a room one night and just either go night out on the town and then have a room to go to, or, just go spend the night at a hotel, be in something different in an different environment. That's how you keep the spark alive. So all y'all that's struggling to hold on to something, you know what I'm saying? That's something you can remember next time if you ever have somebody, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. What? Listen, I'm I mean, time out. Nice move. Night check. Good night, y'all. I think y'all about like me with playing, man. Much love, y'all. Hey, once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like before you leave if you haven't already. If you're not a subscriber, go ahead and subscribe. If you want to become a fan funder, you can hit the link. And from Kyle Henderson, from Coach Sean, Ty Hayes, Jake Merrill, Jarek, and Lady T in the back, man. We appreciate y'all for supporting the channel. It's been fun tonight. As always, Coach Smoot with the Smoot Scoop. Nothing new on Will Johnson. Stay tuned, though. You never know what might happen by Wednesday night. And y'all know Thursdays have been very, very interesting for Alabama. Thursdays and Saturdays have been very interesting in the past few weeks. So keep your ears to the ground. Keep your eyes open. And always remember who said it. It's been your boy, Coach Smoot. And I'm going to leave y'all with this. Y'all know how I do. Roll Tide.
Bye.